So yeah, we invited we invited Deroir on here because he wanted to talk about Illuminati.
Illuminati conspiracies again.
Not gonna do that again.
Guys,
for four hours.
Seeing as you guys
Non-stop.
loved it so much last time, we're here for part 3. Some of you guys were very vocal in the chat, but honestly, they secretly fucking loved it. Oh god, yeah, Frost here is one of the main culprits. But yeah, we're here for part 3 of Illuminati Exposed. With
there we go,
Deroir.
We've got a 4-hour slot allotted for you. Just go ahead. It's all you.
Just lay it down. Have you guys ever thought, like, imagine if we got WP and Deroir on here at the same time?
Oh my god.
Shit would just explode.
Can you imagine how much we wouldn't have to do?
Nothing. You wouldn't have to say
We already don't do anything.
Yeah, we already don't do anything. We'd have to do even less, man. It would be great.
Wait, dude, I have part of Inks's frame in my frame. What is this? This looks weird.
Wait,
on the stream.
Oh my god, it's true actually. Yeah, wait,
yeah.
I
have his shelf right here.
Oh, yeah. My shelf is creeping in to your monitor there. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Do you guys want double inks? Do we have double inks today? How did I miss that?
Sorry about that.
No, it's too late. I already deleted
anyway,
it.
So,
I already deleted it.
I'm just gonna be inks.
Yeah, we're gonna have 2 inks instead. There we go. Wow. But anyway, guys, it's tea time. We have arrived, and oh boy, have we got something to talk about. Because even though I actually thought this was fake news, we do have a triple release, my friends. We have a raid, a fractal, and living story. So we have to pick which one we want to do, man. It's the first time in Guild's history we have to pick content instead of just burning through it all instantly.
Well, wait, we had a triple release once before, recently, right?
Double release?
No,
or was it a double? It was a double release.
I think we have double a couple of times now, but never the triple, the fabled triple release.
Yeah, we've had the double with the raid and living story for sure.
The white stag.
I mean, it basically means that the fractal is going to get done last, unfortunately, for me. But
for some people, it's going to get done first.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
In fact...
is that you, Boots? Is that you
for
some people?
I don't know. It depends what level it is. Because
I will be role-playing the story.
Yeah, I'll be role-playing the story. That's right. That's right. I am probably going to do the story first, honestly. I like rolling through that so that I don't get any spoilers from Reddit or Twitter.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I have with all 3 of these content.
Yeah, there's always going to be big spoilers everywhere. Then,
yeah.
To be fair, for
there's
raid,
always going to be some jackass that just fucks it up for everyone.
For raids, though, I know there's usually a good amount of story in there, and I love the story in the raids, but I don't mind being spoiled before doing the raid, because like I kind of enjoy looking at your guys' stream, going through it, and just learning as we go there, because otherwise, I while doing the raid, I'm more concentrated on not looking like an idiot and doing terrible DPS. So, yeah.
I see. You're not going for world first then, so you're a casual, Boots. That's what
I'm a casual. You know I'm a casual. I'm probably the most casual of all casuals ever on this show. So yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Is there anybody more casual?
That's a pretty accurate assessment, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not an elitist, Boots. I thought the only reason.
Oh no, I'm a casual elitist.
A casual.
Casual elitist.
Okay, you have
He's
the
elite about being casual.
Yeah,
can we talk off topic just for a second?
Sure.
So U.S. holiday this weekend. Boots is now in the U.S. So did you celebrate the Thanksgiving festivities and the shopping madness?
So on Thanksgiving, we did not. We had a nice dinner, just the 2 of us. With some
you were like, we're still Canadian, so this
we're still Canadian,
and
we already did Canadian Thanksgiving down here anyway. But
of course,
and then on Friday was Black Friday. We didn't go like 8 o'clock in the morning and gear up or whatever to go do it. But no, we went out around 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
You have so much to learn, Boots. You have so much to learn. 8 a.m. is not early. You need to be there at like 3 p.m. the day before the sale even starts. You're not understanding the American culture, Boots.
We were afraid we'd get shot or something.
It's also a possibility.
Shot over a TV or something. Shot over a deal, a value deal.
But anyway, what I wanted to bring
sale.
up was, I was like, look, I need a new computer, boys. So I need to come up with a stable build. Boots is like, I love building computers. Let me help you out. I was like, done. Build me a computer, Boots.
I didn't really. Okay, so to be fair, last time,
just like his
builds, he hold on a second.
Boots bad builds for computers.
Hold on a second. Last time you were looking for a computer, I suggested a computer to you, and you said this was too expensive, and that was like $1,500. Okay, so I thought that this time around you'd probably look for something a little bit less expensive than that, maybe somewhere around that range anyway. So I gave you something in that price range again, and you're like, no. That's a bad build because even though it's a well-priced computer that does everything you wanted to do, it's not good enough for you. And then you showed me your build, which was like $18,000 or something. And you had like NASA processing chips.
I wanted everybody to know that Boots' YouTube channel is now turning into Boots Bad Builds for computers.
PCs, so bad builds.
You should make a series for that.
Yeah, that's a new
video series of that. Just like, build PCs and then assemble them and send it back to Amazon because it's free anyway.
18K PC, man. That's a pretty crazy PC.
No, it was like what? What was the lowest price one you got? No, the lowest price was like $1,800 or something like that. But the one that you actually were looking at was like $3,600, and I think it's all because of that processor.
Well, that's what you need. That's what you need to run Guild Wars 2, man. You need that fat processor.
It has very little to do with Guild Wars 2, but anyway,
run some space simulations.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
What the fucking 18? There was no $18,000 computer. Boots is exaggerating a bit.
18K computer.
Yeah.
That exists though. I've seen people build like just go all out for the most expensive stuff currently on the market, and it doesn't perform. It performs like 10% better than a $3,000 computer.
Especially with
it's not a linear.
With the price of memory nowadays. Like memory is twice what it was last year. It's really bad. Yeah. But anyway, Guild Wars 2.
And also, is it just me, or are like are the 1070 the NVIDIA graphics cards, the 1070 and 1080, are they seem more expensive than they did a year ago?
Well, yeah, they're above MSRP right now, but it's kind of normal for video cards in this day and age. A little bit of that has to do with cryptocurrency mining, but that affects AMD more than it affects NVIDIA. Mm-hmm. But they are a little bit above MSRP.
You getting those Bitcoin rigs, Inks?
Oh, don't I wish?
Oh, that's why you need.
Listen, I don't pay for hydro.
Bitcoins.
I don't pay for hydro or electricity if you live in the U.S. So, I mean, I could totally set a rig up and just have it run 24/7. I don't pay for electricity, so it's fine by me.
See, it'll double as your heating in the winter.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa!
Yeah, exactly. Space heater. I just put it right next to me.
Win-win.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyway, Guild Wars 2, guys. Anyway, we have exciting, fresh, exciting content coming right up, guys. And kind of the first thing that all of us have seen of it so far is just that the ArenaNet PR team just going overboard with the promotion that they've done for this. Like for the raid, we've got a screenshot on low graphic settings of 3 ghosts and a ruined building.
And a raid portal, don't forget.
And a raid portal, because you gotta make sure it's a raid. And
you're either on the inside of the raid or the outside of the raid. Probably the inside.
The fractal teaser was basically just a structure for 4 seconds, and then
I didn't see the fractal.
What are you talking about? It's a hole in the wall.
They put it on Cancer Book. You literally got to sign up for viruses.
You get a panning view of a thing. It's got a ribbon on it.
You said it was on Facebook?
And then for the living story, we have, again, a very misty, slightly blurry picture of a ruined ship.
That was actually the worst one for me. Because it's like...
the ship that's in there is cool. I just wish I could see it, But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the raid, it was kind of like, it was dark, gloomy. I could kind of get behind the whole, whatever, it's low res. But the living world's living story... Season 4 trailer thing or teaser image is just like, it's so blue. It's so it's
because dumb. They have to point away from the shore so that you can't see that you're going to Istan.
Yeah, but it's like, oh god, yeah.
I don't know.
And you try to zoom in, and you like, I try to zoom in on like the flags and stuff that are in the image, you can't see it because it's just super low res. I don't know. It's just. I mean, yeah.
I think I think this is just attack of the interns, man. Like the interns are back.
Yeah, it is. I think we were talking about this just before we went live, but I genuinely think that none of the promotional material was ready in time, and then all of the devs were on extended weekends or whatnot for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And then somebody was just like, "Shit, we ain't got nothing." And then they just like, "Yeah, I've got a laptop and I can totally take a screenshot and send it."
Yeah, that's good enough.
I mean, that genuinely seems to be what happened here.
I just my complaint was this, that we play Guild Wars 2.
Do we?
So some of us anyway. So we
some of us play Guild Wars
2. But so there's some mild excitement for me. And I get easily excited by 10 seconds of new footage in a trailer, where most people would scoff that off. These teasers, they're just so bad. And if you're outside of Guild Wars 2, or you left Guild Wars 2 and you're like, oh, and somehow by the magic of the internet, you caught wind of there being a release on Tuesday, you would look at these. Would you be excited? I mean, I just wouldn't be. I would just be like, oh, here's some blurry screenshots, and I guess I'll go back to playing Rocket Car League or whatever the hell it's called, and PUBG.
Rocket Car League.
Like, I don't know, man. I just
Pokemons.
If it wasn't for Deroir, and this is mostly on me, not necessarily on ArenaNet, but if it wasn't for Deroir, I wouldn't even know that there was a useless video on Cancer Book to go see nothing about a fractal. Wow. I mean,
Cancer Book.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know.
It's frustrating, isn't it? Because
the thing is, like,
this is a very important race. But sorry, go ahead, Deroir. Just do it. Drop it.
I don't know what the reasoning is, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do know the reasoning behind this super low quality promotional material, but I can venture to guess at it, and I think it's kind of like it's probably because they don't want to give anything away in any way, shape, or form. They want to stay so as ambiguous as they can, so that when it drops, everyone's like, "Oh my shit, everything's amazing," and then it just takes off from there. That's what they hope, but that's not exactly how the Guild Wars 2 community works.
So
not at all.
Saying in chat, it's just a teaser. But okay, so for let's say the fractal teaser, it is just a teaser. But what's it teasing? We already know there's a fractal coming. Actually, that's not true. Technically, we didn't get an official announcement that there's a fractal coming.
Exactly. It's more than a teaser. It's an announcement as well.
It's mostly an announcement. But the problem is, a teaser, yes, I understand that teasers are just supposed to do little tease. But at the same time, it should say something, not just there are rocks in the fractal. Yeah. Like, And
hashtag rocks. GW2 raid. New raid, sorry.
There is indeed raid. The raid teaser you could make an argument for because there are ghosts.
There are ghosts, so that is a teaser.
That is a teaser.
Right,
and the fact that there's terrain in the new fractal is not a teaser.
I mean, we do kind of get the nighttime vibe, and I mean, I guess we're gonna get into them shortly, but like you do kind of get the night sigil hype, boys.
Yeah, my night sigil and my chill food. Yes, chill food.
You got to play the Boots Bad Necro build, the werewolf.
Here's the other thing too, and I've seen this argument come up a couple of times about it being a holiday in the U.S. I get it; it's a holiday. You want to spend time with your families. Everybody deserves that. But this stuff is prepared ahead of time. This is not like last minute. Like, I know Deroir is saying, like, last-minute stuff, but, like, shouldn't this be done kind of ahead of time?
It should have been.
You plan out, like, okay, guys, we got a release coming up. What are the highlights of the release? This, and this. Okay, what are we going to tease? How are we going to wet their mouths with teasers?
So,
let's do this. Let's do that. Let's take a couple of screenshots. Let's make a little video. Let's do it, guys.
So, I think
I don't know.
The obvious answer is just because they don't want to spoil anything, and and that works. But I mean, it's not a great way to hype anything. It's not a great way to hype anything is the problem. So like, if you don't spoil anything, you're not making anybody excited, right?
No, because we don't know what to get excited for.
Exactly.
It's just and then it just goes into enormous speculations. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's good for
speculation is good though. Like
true.
I mean, the only thing I can speculate about is that there's a Cantha-like ship in the one blurry vista shot on a ruined.
And is it even that?
Well, like, I mean, it's a dragon boat. I don't know, right?
I mean, let me send you an old ass concept art real quick. Just
the only other thing that you can maybe speculate that somebody said to me was, for the raid, maybe it's Grenth is the god of death and ice, and it looks like an icy realm with human ghosts. So maybe that's Grenth's realm, and they're gonna wrap Doom in because of the current events of the thinning of the underworld wall to Tyria.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna tease something like that, why not just show up 3 frames of the first boss? You know what I mean?
Well, that's too much.
I think
that's
they
too much.
genuinely feel like that's too much.
How is that too much?
I think it might be.
Remember for Wing 4, we literally had a screenshot for just like that one boss, and that was too much for them. That everyone blew up about that one picture of one boss. That was
what it should be? It should just be like a still image of like a really, really zoomed in eye of one of the bosses. So just like all you see is like.
That would be better than what we got.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so. Someone said that people are getting mad about the teasers. And not hyped about the raids. Is that true? People are actually getting mad about the teasers.
I'm not mad. I'm just
I think people are just getting frustrated.
Yeah, they're just
super excited.
It's more like they're flailing their arms up in the air and going like, is this amateur hour or something? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, why are we not hyping this? Why are we not hyping our fresh content?
I mean, I gotta be honest. If it wasn't for the fact that we haven't seen a raid since February, I'm not even sure I'd be that excited for a raid.
You can me, Inks?
I mean, there's snow in it, dude. There's snow.
Inks,
and ghosts. Ghost snow.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it's been since the raid. You still got to be mega hyped because it's fresh PV content. Either way, Inks, this is intense. This is intense, dude. There's going to be drama over World First, okay? People are going to be flaming each other, going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
This is want that drama.
Okay?
There's
going to be
drama. Just loves the drama.
There's going to be people parading around,
Snowcrow,
going crazy.
Did the drama...
Boots, why are you trying to start shit? Why are you trying to start shit again, dude?
I'm just asking.
Seriously, what
is it...
I wanted to know.
Has it been manufactured? I just want to know, has it been manufactured just because of the current raid coming out, just to raise the hype level a bit about World First? Is it all just manufactured?
That's actually a good theory. I mean, no, but
that's worse Illuminati theory than mine.
Another raid in which Necro isn't meta. Listen up, Draco, my boy. Necro is meta in the current raids. In every boss. Every boss, man. Shut that down. Just get that. I'm tempted to ban you, buddy. Just shut it down right now. Don't spread that fake news, dude. Anyway, you got Mercer Overseer where you're better anyway. It's good. It's good enough. We got hype, man. Like, it's new raids, new content. There's gonna be new bosses. That means we can have the best content, which is progression, for like 5 hours until we beat all of it. No. Because they said, guys, listen up, guys. Listen up. They said it's more like Wing 1 difficulty. That's the hard wing. That's the tough stuff, guys. It's actually going to be...
And is it Wing 1 difficulty at the release of Wing 1, or is it Wing 1 difficulty now?
No, you can't replicate that.
It can never get to that.
No.
If you watch some of the early videos, like I genuinely cringe inside watching some of the first kill videos that we ever made.
Going around on my Power PS
man, it's great.
Going, I'm doing amazing.
Dude. It's great. Like I did. What is that? Is Patho found some dank screenshots, or is it just... Stratus to DDoS? Yeah, exactly. QT will obviously DDoS. But yeah, I mean, go on, man.
And
first
like,
Veil Guardian kill, Power Necro, full Knights Necro tank.
Yeah, I remember that.
Full Knights Necro tank. Okay.
Oh boy.
Really, Nick sort of hits the nail on the head for me. It's not even so much about getting us excited, who mostly play the game. I just don't think it does anything for anybody outside of the game. And we've heard before that we've heard statements before, and these are old statements, and maybe they're not true anymore. we've heard statements in AMAs before about living world releases are not really about bringing new players into the game. It's about sustaining the old players or the current player base. And I just think that outlook is wrong, and I think that they need to do more to market it outside of the game to get people excited, or even to get old players to come back in. Like, and I don't know that they're doing enough on that front. You know?
Yeah, I think definitely at least targeting the players to return. Old players who have taken a break to return. Surely, is what you want to do. And obviously,
we assume, and probably correctly so, that there's going to be a new legendary weapon released, right?
I think there's going to be 2.
Oh, the double.
But then just say that. Just say 2 new legendary weapons. Oh my God, come back, please! But like,
if you remember us, if you kind of remember, because I think genuinely what they're going for is kind of like that community attitude and the community hype. Because if you remember the last the episode 6 for the season 3. When it turned out that there was 2 legendaries, everybody freaked out, and it was like the best fucking thing ever. The market exploded. Everyone came just, sword, what is this? And I think they want that. I think they want the community to talk about it. But the problem is the community doesn't want to necessarily be the mediator of all the content. We want to be thrown some hype. We want to be involved with what they're doing. Yeah. We don't want to just be their spokesman. And I think that's where they kind of fail us. They expect us to be spokesmen without giving us the ammunition to actually do so.
My gun's empty. Like, I need some ammo. I need a supply drop, Teapot.
Yeah. I need a supply drop.
Me out.
Yeah.
Emergency supply drop.
Yeah, you need some of that. You need to build a trebuchet and hurl promotional material.
I got a supply drop for my trebuchet, but it was just screws, so I can't actually build anything.
You can just make a little pile of screws. Yeah.
Yep, just a pile of screws. That's it. That's all I got.
It is a bit of a puzzler, isn't it? It's a little bit of a situation we've got ourselves here. ArenaNet refuses to promote their game. It's a loot box of content. Oh, guys, what if it's actually a loot box? Like, everyone, when you log in, you open a loot box and it unlocks one of the Fractal, the Raid, or the
did you get the Timey scene from your loot box? Oh. I hope you got that one. That's the best scene.
Don't talk about Timey, man. Like, someone got a Timey. Someone got a Timey.
I saw that.
Tattoo,
let's not get into that.
No, we're not.
Timey tattoo.
No.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
We're not even doing that. We're not even doing that. It's just too fun.
I mean, all power to him. It's his body, his choice. Let's leave it there, right? Let's leave it there.
Oh, it was me.
All right. Be nice.
That's my tattoo.
Well. Yeah, you want to see?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy, yeah, that's it was a nice tattoo. Good tattoo artist.
But yeah, thanks to EA for making loot boxes illegal in the future.
Yes.
Thanks EA for taking a bullet for everyone in the industry, and
they'll be fine.
I like
the rest of us will be better for it.
I like how the Guild Wars 2 Reddit community was like up in arms about the loot box in Guild Wars 2, and then like a week later, EA's like, "Hold my beer," and it just goes ham on, and just like completely overshadows anything Guild Wars 2 would ever do.
Yeah. You think that's a loot box? Let me show you a real loot box.
Yeah, it's a real loot box.
Show you real drama.
You noobs, you don't know how to do loot boxes. Let us show you. Oh boy.
I think the interesting thing is that everyone in the community is going to be really excited for this. But honestly, there are going to be loads of people who just don't even know about it because they just completely miss it because of these fucking meme promotions. I guess we'll get that little in-game notification, right, when it happens. We'll get an in-game notification, so everyone in the game will know that there's fresh content to do.
And they'll send you an email saying, "Hey, there's fresh content.
Listen,
come back."
MO, you can sell more mount loot boxes if you've got more players in the game. So if you get more players in the game, you make more money. So that'll be great. You can sell all those mount skins, dude. It'll be terrific. Yeah. That was kind of depressing. Now we need more exciting than that, guys. That was low
let's talk about the content itself.
That's fucking low energy. Let's talk about raids, my friends. Let's talk about raids. Okay.
Let's talk about raids.
One of my favorite things.
Let's talk about you and QT Let's talk about all the good things and bad things.
Chat, are you guys seeing this? Like, Boots is continuously trying to just, he's trying to start drama here, man.
I'm just mentioning QT and raids.
Are you gonna
go hand in hand?
Are you gonna just come to the stream, like, on, you know, when we're clearing it and just start flaming, like trying to get us to flame each other or something?
What's happening?
No, when we're doing the new raid.
Yeah,
are you gonna come on the stream and just start?
I'm gonna be on both streams. If one up is doing a stream or something, and you're doing a stream, I'm gonna be going back and forth saying, "This is what MightyTeapot just said about you."
Yeah.
And this is what one up said about you. And I'm gonna
Boots is kickstarting his new YouTube series, which is called what was it here? Boots Bad Drama.
Yeah.
Boots Boots
Bad Drama.
Everything I do has to have Boots Bad in front of it.
Yeah.
And it's like commentary on the weekly GW2 drama. Yeah.
I think
it's gonna be the top series.
So we got a teaser. That was an image of. I was actually slightly surprised, I guess, because I was super expecting. It might still be, because apparently there's frosty stuff in the underworld back in Guild Wars 1. But I was really expecting it to be a very underworld themed raid coming up. Like I was pretty sure.
I think most people were genuinely expecting anything other than snow.
Yeah,
I think everyone, myself included, had genuinely just forgotten about all the little hints at snowy thematics that were dropped with the third wing.
That's true, yeah.
And then from there on, it's been like a year and a half with no extra raid or insinuation that we were going towards anything snowy. And then, boom, see a snowy landscape.
Because I had assumed that we had concluded the Bloodstone/White Mantle storyline after the end of the last raid. I had thought White Mantle is done, Bloodstone stuff. I mean, Bloodstone stuff is pretty intrinsic to the rest of Guild Wars 2. So we're never going to really be done with Bloodstone stuff, but at the same time, I thought it was pretty well put to rest with the first raids. But if it is going to the place in the pictures and the snow and stuff in the journals, then it sounds like we're going to be continuing that storyline.
Yeah.
So that's one possibility. And I just thought that wasn't going to happen. So, but maybe it is. I don't know.
The thing is, like, the image, as far as I see it, at least, it most reliably points towards something in the Shiver Peaks. It does not point towards Fissure of Woe and Underworld. Sure, we can argue. Yeah, it's the white ghost from Cormier's realm. It doesn't really fit the idea here. The thing is, like, the architecture in the frame, it suggests all the same architecture that we see scattered around the Shiver Peaks. It's so native to that area. I can't imagine it being somewhere else, like genuinely being somewhere else. I can argue, and I spent a long time arguing against that fact, but I genuinely feel like it's going to be my best bet after a long time thinking. My best bet would be that we're going to go with the Bloodstone, the Shiver Peaks Bloodstone, and the Seer storyline, kind of like the last Seer or whatever, the ancient Seer kind of did his whole thing and hid it under a rock somewhere, and Galena is like, holy dude, all of this research that we did in the last wings, I have so much data that points towards something similar being out in the Thunderhead Keep area, whatnot. Let's go and investigate, and that's the mail that you're gonna get. And then we're gonna go through, and at first I thought we were gonna get a single raid. I think it's likely that we'll get a 2-wing raid, actually. And the final
story as a whole,
the finale will probably be something, and this is where it ties in with the ghosts. It'll probably be something to do with the if you guys from GW1 remember the Eidolon boss, the giant tentacle ghost. That's in the Shiver Peaks. That's near the Seer. That's the same storyline.
Okay.
And so if that
how does that link with the ghosts though? Because
that's exactly how it thinks.
You would just slay it to collect its essence to infuse yourself.
Yeah.
We slaying the ghosts. We infuse ourselves with ghost meat.
Do you think? I don't think we're going to be as raiders, as a party of mercenaries, going to get infused, are we? That seems like a main storyline kind of thing.
But it wouldn't necessarily have.
It could be a side story because it would be irrelevant now because we got rid of the Mossad.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes, I'm pretty sure the heroes of GW2 are already considered ascended.
Because we're wearing ascended armor?
We role-played it.
No,
we role-played the Ascension
It's just kind of like we have all the features of that without acknowledging it in the story. It's just like, yeah, this is how it is. I don't know. It's badly advertised at least. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a 2-wing raid with the Seer and the Bloodstone Bloodstone storyline. And that would kind of follow, like, a lot of people have thought that we might be going from the Crystal Highland, the Desert Highlands, and upwards. And that would kind of make sense if you kind of draw the map out or whatever. We have the first wing would take us to Thunderhead Keep or whatnot, and then from Thunderhead Keep we'd be moving up towards where the Seer was last seen in GW1.
Doesn't really look dwarven though necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
It doesn't necessarily have to be.
I mean, it's reused assets, but
yeah, it's really interesting actually because of course everyone was expecting it was going to be something to do with the Forged or the Unworld. We've completely gone in a different direction. I think it's actually
maybe
it's quite a good move, right? Well, the ghosts
are everywhere.
The ghosts are kind of about the place anywhere. In that snowy area, there are a few of those ghosts about the place anyway. So they could have kind of moved in or be more incidental. But yeah, it is going to be curious. Like, how do those ghosts factor in? That's going to be a really interesting thing.
The alternative would be, as far as I see it, the alternative, if we are to tie it into the underworld thematic and the whole Red Lady whatnot, the ghosts would probably tie in that way. In like they are there for the Red Lady. I don't really subscribe to that idea though, but it would kind of be like we are working towards this huge big enemy that is an oversized human, which is the Red Lady, and then that might be the ideology that we're going, or the thematic that we're going with.
Do you think that the thinning of the underworld, the Red Lady, the dead bodies, do you think that's actually related to the raid or the story?
See, I thought that initially, but now I don't know where that fits in at all.
Yeah,
I thought it was related to the raid. Yeah, it doesn't fit in the Fractal trailer. It doesn't fit in the raid trailer. It doesn't really fit into the whole we're going to Istan kind of thing. It fits in nowhere. It might be that we're just going to see a continuation of the current events kick up soon, and this is just like they didn't
even finish the old current event.
No, but like
still waiting for portals.
Now we have a Shadow Stone. Now we might be able to do, I don't know, something with it. I don't know.
Is there, so there's one thinning of the veil between the underworld and Tyria in the God's Lost Swamp. There's one in Lornar's Pass. In Guild Wars 1, is there another entrance to the underworld near Thunderhead Peak, or Thunderhead Keep?
No.
Okay. So then it's not like we're going to the one that's the weakest or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay.
It's just yeah. I don't know. It seems so unrelated to everything that's being put out right now.
It seems just so random,
unrelated to each other. Yeah, exactly.
It just seems out of nowhere. It's just out of nowhere. We're going to this snowy area speculated to be Thunderhead Keep, right? It's going crazy, and then we also have these weird current events that are just kind of floating about the place, like with regards to the underworld. What's going on with that? And then the Fractal can be unrelated. The Fractal kind of has the right to be unrelated because they can kind of do whatever they want to a certain extent. But still, like it doesn't seem to tie into any of the stuff that Arena really blindsiding us here, man. They're really spooking us. They're really going crazy. No one knows what's going on.
Before too, somebody said it could be ashes and not snow.
It's very white.
That's fake news. Let me tell you why that's fake news.
That's fake
look
news?
at the snow that's on the actual. Look at the white stuff, whatever you want to call it. That's on the actual structures. Ash doesn't really look like that when it's on a structure. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Not only that, but you can see crystallization snowflakes in the screenshot itself, in a couple of the snowflakes. And yes, it's just a game, and yes, they need to model it, but I don't think that they would model Ash this poorly.
Another alternate, if we are to actually tie this in somehow to the story and how this might be related, and this may be going way off the deep end, but
I'm ready. Deroir,
bear with me for a second.
Here we go.
The early, like the Wing 3 hints that we had with all the snowy areas and whatnot kind of insinuated that we were going to the lake where Jormak had been sleeping for years and years and years, right? And so it thematically would kind of make sense if Mr. Broham was actually our guide through the raid, and yeah, exactly. This is where it gets way off the deep end, and where I don't necessarily believe that it's going to happen, because Brahm is a living story character and he's not going to be involved in a raid. But if we actually go towards the Jormak storyline, and we see ourselves go up into the far north, the Shiver Peaks, and kind of go with that whole the Norn Bear route of the story or whatnot is going to happen from GW1, and then it kind of it phases from there, from the raid, like we saw with the conclusion of Wing 3. It kind of phased into the living story somehow. And if we are to assume that the living story at some point will catch on to like Broham's story and what he's doing with Jormak, we might reasonably assume that we could be going up there and kind of start a chain reaction of some sort with Jormak and that storyline, say the Shiver Peaks Bloodstone, just to kind of put them on equal footing, the Jormak and Kralkatorrik, so they're equal badasses. Because right now, Kralki is the big baddie. And
so let me pop your balloon. They're not going to be main story characters in the raid.
They might not have to. They might not even have to put Bram in there.
No, they can just kind of phase it into, and then the living story takes over where the raid stops.
I don't think they'll connect the two like that.
Probably not. But the thing is that the reason why it's a possibility is because I don't see them, like, they're not gonna concentrate on Bram for a little while.
Unless they add an easy mode, they won't do that.
They're not going to
easy mode.
Bram,
I'm being serious.
Easy mode vendor.
They're not going to concentrate on Bram for a little while, but he's doing stuff all the while we're doing stuff. So
I'll bet you he's in episode 1.
Do you think he's in episode 1?
Or at least mention of him. Yeah.
Well, I think mention of him, sure.
It's been a while, dude.
I think there's a mention. I don't think we're going to see him for a long while.
Maybe there's a mention of him, but the point is, even if you mention him in the storyline doing stuff, you could have the raiding people go do the stuff that you're mentioning about in the story. Like, you could do that.
You could, but I don't think ArenaNet will connect it that way. They already have too much outrage on their hands as it begins with, and I know that's a shitty argument, but unless they add an easy mode or a story mode or whatever the hell you want to call it, so that more people can get involved, I don't see them connecting the Living World story with the raid story. Remember, those things are supposed to sort of run parallel to one another. So thematically, perhaps there's ties, but not within the characters themselves.
But no. The characters, I don't believe for a second that Brahm is going to actually be there. But I do believe that it is actually a possibility that he might take over where the storyline cuts off. Say we get broad strokes here. Say the raid squad goes into the Shiver Peaks. They find the Bloodstone. Some big baddie steals it and runs off. This big baddie or whatever happens to that Bloodstone shard or whatever it is, gets picked up by Jormak, and that's where the story kicks off. Because
you know what I'd love to see? I would love. Sorry to interrupt you. I would love to see, because technically, I don't know if it was established that when you're raiding, you're not technically your commander. You're kind of like a different party, right? You're kind of
You're a mercenary, yeah.
You're a mercenary band, so you're not yourself anymore. So I would love to see them go up as Bram storyline people, be a mercenary band helping out the Norn, try to go to Jormag, but then like come against big bads or whatever, defeat the big bads, but like freeze to death at the end of it. And
so we die.
So the mercenaries die in the story.
The storyline is those mercenaries die trying to get to Jormag, and Bram ruined everything. And that's
cool. That would be really interesting, though, right?
Yeah.
That would be really cool because then you could encounter like the frozen corpses of the mercenaries in this living story or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Congrats, you beat the raid, but you also froze to death. So GG.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That would actually be a really cool way to integrate it in, though, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't see why that you couldn't. Oh no, actually no. Wait, what am I saying? That people would be incredibly triggered. I was saying that the raids could kind of be like the kind of the triggering of some of the events that happen in the living story. But then I realized that people would also want to see how those events got triggered, and then they'd be triggered about that. You know,
we've seen that several times, and the story is kind of built on the presumption that a lot of shit happens in between. In between that we don't notice, that we don't take part in. People get frustrated when the things that happen are actually put into the game, but they can't access them, right? So they have to make it super minor. It's like, oh yeah, the Eye of Genthier doesn't have this obligation anymore. Boom, he's now available to be used in the living story. Lazarus, he gets woken up from the dead, but like that could have happened at any time and point. Like exactly. And now he's available in the raid. So it kind of has to like cut off at a point where we don't really succeed fully, but it's not entirely interwoven. It's just like a minor puzzle piece to the living story, or else it just kind of
Help I'm Being DDoS has a fantastic idea. Like when you actually go up there and see the frozen corpse, it would be the models of the raid first raid squad.
That would be so good, dude. It would be just like the PvP, cool. Just like the PvP thing. So you, that'd be amazing. Man, that would be so good. That would actually be amazing.
That would actually be that would be cool.
That would be really cool, man.
Do I really want to look at QT's guild every time I go there, though?
Imagine.
Wow, Ink's calling it.
It's all salt.
What, are you kidding me? Like salt, dude? What? Come on.
Imagine the salt though that would happen if another hashtag world first happened and they just kind of blasted through it in 20 minutes and got those raid statues in there.
Steve, you mean Wing 4? Wing 4.
No, Wing 1.
No.
The Wing 1 hashtag salt first.
The hashtag salt first, yeah.
Imagine if the DNT guys were there. Sorry to call you guys out. I kind of had to get the point through here.
Man. I was just saying it's because like people like one shot. We did like the bosses in Wing 4 got like, 1 or 2 shot. That was bad. Man.
Speaking of which, though, maybe it's not snow in that thing. Maybe it's salt.
Maybe it's just pure salt. It's actually a salt mine that's just spewing out. Yeah. And like the logo above the salt mine is like a giant teapot.
Yes.
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 Just put. I think they should just put every elitist player in the raids. There we go. Like there's a little, you know, you can be a corpse. You can be a corpse in a raid. That's the reward for being an elitist. There you go. You're dead. You're dead in the raid. I don't know. Like the last boss is some kind of disgusting monster, and it eats you. Just as it eats a random elitist. It's every time you do the raid, there's like a random elitist there, and it just bites the head off as you start. It's like Matthias, except it's various elitist players. Yeah,
that'll be cool.
It will be cool. But you think it's gonna? You think there's gonna be 2 wings though? You think this is a 2-part situation?
I think this is a 2-parter. Right. Yeah. I was for the longest time I was kind of debating with myself whether it would just be a single raid because it seems like that's the favorable choice for ArenaNet to go with. It's kind of like it's a one-off. They don't really have to build on it too much. They're easier to produce than having a full-on long story thread go and then dedicate to that. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see a 2-wing. I would be surprised if we see another 3-wing come like for years. But 2 wings would be kind of it's a good it's a good start to the Path of Fire expansion as far as I see it, and like marketable. You kind of leave players off early on with the end game of Path of Fire on like a there's more to come kind of deal soonish, and that would probably sell really well. Also, it just like thematically, I can't really imagine a storyline in the Shiver Peaks, which is probably going to be something weird and far off, just be a one-off wing. It just seems, I don't know, it might easily go off and become really half-assed.
Is it possible that if it is going up to like Thunderhead Keep, is it possible to bring dwarves back into the storyline?
Bring who?
Just their heads and thumbs.
Oh, dwarves. Well, yeah.
Because there's still wasn't there some dwarves that didn't get turned to stone?
No. They're all turned to stone.
All of them.
No, there's like the bad dwarves.
The bad dwarves.
The Stone Summit. Those guys.
I think they were just still all turned. I don't think there was any exclusivity really. It's just like, yeah, I'm making this decision on behalf of my entire race. Fuck all y'all.
Screw those Stone Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always the vibe I kind of got from it, but who knows? Maybe. But like we have seen dwarves here and there. There's a dwarf head.
Dwarf thumb. You don't remember that?
No. There's a dwarf head in the Desert Highlands.
Yeah.
Isn't
he is it like a quest you have to collect stuff for him or something?
He's the dude that introduces you to like how to do the puzzle in.
Oh yeah.
In the whatnot.
Yeah. He's like got an event around him, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone says Reese Osby confirmed that all dwarves got turned, even Stone Summit.
All right.
There you go. Okay.
Confirmed.
See, they're all stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they're Stone Summit, so I mean.
It makes sense. It does make sense. So what?
It does make sense.
What if we're going to get revenge for a certain character in Guild Wars 1? No, we already did that, actually. Fuck, never mind.
Who? Rurik?
Yeah. We're gonna kill them all. Rage.
I don't think they're gonna be
that actually might be a little bit too important, actually.
And it's not like we have to protect against Primordus anymore. He's kind of ground, so we don't need this dwarves, so we could totally kill all the...
Kill them all, dude!
Yeah, but like I said, I genuinely feel like they need some kind of storyline that leads up to the fact that Jormak is equal to or like close to what Kralki is in one way, shape, or form. Because like, else
but he's not. He's not.
Is it necessary? Because what happened?
Yeah, but then we're just gonna end up having have that famous dragon fight where Kralkatorik just fucking smashes Jormak to pieces in one hit, and it's like it's over.
Oh man, imagine Kralkatorik with that arrow, with that bow, with the... Done deal.
Yeah.
Done deal.
Yeah. He's right.
Oh my gosh.
The fire arrow. I think, I don't know. I don't see there being a dragon fight in the future.
No, neither do I. They're all sleeping.
Mm-hmm. I like...
They'll put Bubbles to sleep off screen. You won't even see it.
No. Wait. Like Kralkatorik, he's gonna fly down south. He's gonna hit up Istan or like Kantha-ish, like what's it called, the border. And then Bubbles is gonna totally come out of the water and be like, "Yo, dude, this is my land."
Yeah,
he's gonna
be our buddy.
So just as those two dragons clash, like Bubbles comes out of the water and just splashes on both of them, and they die.
Yeah.
Then he drains them dry. Then he fucking destroys the entire world, and he's the raid boss. All right, yeah, he's the raid boss. We put that in the raid just because reasons.
I don't know. Okay, so Kralkatorik, we're pretty sure is an intelligent dragon, right? Even though he's an elder dragon.
Well, the elder dragons are they're not. Yes. Well, they do have intelligence.
Well, Zaitan not so. Well, Zaitan, I guess he talked through his mouths and eyes and stuff like that. So. They know if other dragons die, Tyria will probably be destroyed. They probably know this, right?
I wouldn't be so sure. I wouldn't be so sure. I don't think that they have sentience beyond that point, like of just knowing that they are
just a force of nature
and that they want more. That's it.
I feel like they're connected enough to Tyria that they know the goings on.
I think you're reading into it too much. I really don't believe
I don't think so.
I think like numerous times ArenaNet has tried to state that they are just forces of nature. They are just that. And they don't really have much else going on.
I don't think they're necessarily aware of their own function beyond the basics of it. That they have an insatiable hunger for magic, and they eat as much as they can until they're full, and they go to sleep again. It's really just that simple. It's not.
Is it though?
I don't think they're a super complicated.
With Mortermoth, they kind of went on with like that whole thematic of he actually has actual intelligence and he can communicate with us and understand the situation and threaten us with the whole oblivion, whatever.
Exactly. But technically, his strength was his mind. So
yeah, but that's it. That's the only real that he just died. We went into his mind and we kind of just popped the bobble.
But just deleted him, dude. Like, get out. We deleted him from
that's
the
a fair
Matrix.
point.
I think there's a paradigm shift though now, because I think that 10,000, 5,000 years ago, yes, they were forces of nature that just ate and slept and ate and slept. But now that two of them are gone, I feel like they will react to that, right? It's not that easy anymore.
Well, this is true, but are they even aware that that's a problem though? That's the real question we have to ask. And maybe they're just fucking greedy, dude. Are they greedy little bastards? Just want to suck up all that magic juice?
Maybe.
So I'm not sure they really care as such. And they kind of balance each other out, right? But they balance each other out, but that wasn't going to stop Primordus and Jormag from smashing each other if we hadn't just, real quick. Oh no, stop that one. Can we cancel that real quick?
They weren't going to smash each other. We made them smash each other.
Well, exactly. They were going to smash each other.
They weren't going to smash each other.
But they didn't know not to smash each other.
They weren't even next to each other.
Exactly. But
the old man's machine was trying to make them smash each other.
Exactly, though. I mean, we were going to make them smash each other. So that they didn't have the.
I don't know where this is going.
They didn't have.
I don't know what you're saying.
They didn't have the intelligence to unsmash each other. Okay.
That's okay. Yeah. Good. I mean, yes. Good point.
Yeah.
Smash.
Hulk.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. So anyway, I just think that for non-raid storyline, probably going forward, it's all going to be about how to contain the dragons rather than how to,
Yeah, well, you can't kill them, so you're gonna have to figure out how to depower them, basically.
Yeah, but at the same time, anyway, I don't know. I feel like there's more. I think there's more. I feel like there's more to Kralkatorrik than we're thinking right now.
I think Aurene is just gonna go on and become the avatar of the four elements. I think that's literally what we're gonna work up towards.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's definitely a real possibility.
Yeah.
Because we have this storyline, we have and we kind of have the accelerated development of Aurene. Aurene is big now. It's big Aurene. Aurene has got a cool new model. Okay, fine. Medium dragon. Okay, medium dragon. All right. We've got a cool new model. Flying around all over the place. Not cute anymore. Not so cute anymore.
Snatch her up like a snake.
Wait, what?
Just bite her right in the neck and the torso and just gobble her down.
Ings, what the fuck?
It won't ever happen, but that's what I really want to happen.
No. Wow, it's getting dark.
Eat her up.
Oh my god.
Just gobble her up.
But then how would we have her as a mount?
No.
They can't tell that mount skin.
Please don't.
They can't do that mount skin, dude, if they do that.
Random Aurene mount.
How triggered would you be, Deroir? Would you be triggered if every single person was riding around on an Aurene mount skin? How triggering would that be?
Just do it, ArenaNet. Make some money.
Can I not comment on this? Because people are just going to call me the next Priscilla again.
Do it!
And I don't want to do that.
Do it! Go, man!
Inks is the next Priscilla. You're fine.
Inks is the next Priscilla. Yeah, Inks is hating on everything now. It's fine.
I think
I'm not hating. They need to make some money.
Simple.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna just keep it simple and say that that's just stupid. It's just stupid.
And then outrage people by making it like 3,000 gems, some 4,000 gems, some outrageous amount.
I have no doubt whatsoever that we are totally going to be writing her in the story at one point. It is going to happen. Even people without the mastery are going to be able to write her, and she's going to have special skills or whatnot. Like
a giant breath.
Yeah, and everyone's going to be like, why can't we have these as masteries? And everyone with a sensible mindset will say, because it would break the fucking game, you moron. And yeah, it's totally gonna happen just for the sake of diversity and some spice.
Spice?
Well, we already went through the How to Train Your Dragon, so we have to be able to fly it.
Spice.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Arvine, remember that time we played ball in the courtyard? I'm your friend.
Let
Don't
me
burn
on
my
back.
ship.
Don't burn my
Arvine,
ship.
please. Stop.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Oh, she remembers we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, Ridlock. We played ball together. We taught her morals.
Well,
Yeah.
Whitlock didn't play ball with her.
We taught it. We gave her these valuable life lessons, dude.
Well, Uncle Trombone was in the mists playing with
Yeah.
Balthazar and freaking
Well,
her mother.
wait. It's a good thing. It's a good thing you did it though, else we wouldn't have the expansionings. Think about that.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
Ridlock
that's
hadn't
true.
done that shit,
True.
if Ridlock hadn't been a bit of a clown, a bit of a clowny boy, then we wouldn't have had Path of Fire. Think about
There you
that.
go.
Okay?
That's right.
Yeah,
What
it would
would-
have been the ice theme Brahms story. We would have totally gone with that one.
Sounds good. He's my favorite character.
I kind of feel like though, like it all seems to be building up towards Kralkatorik right now, but the last season was building up towards Jormak-ish. I wonder how long they're actually going to leave Jormak behind. Is it going to be?
Wow.
Is it
He's
going to
asleep.
be expansion 4? Because like say.
No, he's done. He's asleep. He's out.
Expansion 3 is totally going to be Cantha. Like it's confirmed, guys.
Yeah.
It,
And I feel like
confirmed.
100% confirmed.
Yeah.
I feel like Cantha expansion is going to be us trying to get to Cantha and going to Cantha to tell the Emperor, please don't kill Bubbles. That's a bad idea.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
And they're going to
Bubbles
be in a
will
wrestling match with Bubbles
terrorize them.
and like yeah.
And you have to
Factions.
like
You
work your
side
way
with
up
dragons.
through
It's
the
a celestial
society,
being.
Canthan
Yeah.
society.
I got it. You want to know what the next expansion is about? I already know the story.
Lay it down.
Bubbles is attacking Cantha. We got to go there and help them. We got to figure out a way to put a stop to him. The Emperor says, "Great idea. We'll just make it the Jade Sea again and freeze him in Jade."
Ooh.
Boom. End of story.
Ooh.
Game over. Guild Wars 2 is done.
Also,
Welcome to Guild Wars 3.
I feel like Cantha had a lot of structures, or at least some structures, that were made from the jade of the Jade Sea. Is that possible?
Sure, why not?
Is it all melted now, or like a lot of their houses just?
It's Jade. It
I mean,
doesn't melt.
The
It's
entire Luxon area was just like made out of jade. Yeah, now that you mention it, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
basically just jade structures all over. Their entire
lot of jade
civilization
structures.
just fucking crumbled.
They had to rebuild.
That's actually pretty funny. I
Yeah.
mean, that's actually pretty funny, though, isn't it? Just think about
Yeah.
it. Think about. Wait, how do you think that happened? Do you think that happened instantly? Okay,
It's like making
wait.
it's like living in the North Pole, making igloos, and then,
and then the sun
global
comes out.
warming happens.
sun
Yeah,
comes out.
global warming just melts you.
global warming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Global warming's not real.
They had
guys.
wooden
Come on.
structures on the jade, but I mean, if that's the case,
Whoa!
Then-
Hold on. Wooden Potatoes has to chime in. They didn't have mouses made of jade.
they
All
lived
right.
on. Dude, turtles are. Dude, you
Lived
guys
on
remember those
turtles.
siege turtles?
Alright,
You guys remember
alright.
those siege turtles? Check that shit out. Can't we have that in the game, please?
The Bubbles is going to eat them
Can
all.
we?
It's going
No.
to eat the turtles.
I want to use a siege turtle. It'd be like, you know, the Zaitan fight all over again. You just get on the turtle and just spam.
I kind of
spam two.
remember though, like
That's an
wasn't there
adventure.
a full-on
Gotta get on the
city that
siege
was
turtle.
just jade? I kind of remember. I feel like I remember that at least. Obviously, I haven't played Guild Wars 1 in like 10 years, but I kind of feel like I remember that.
I feel like their society got wrecked when the Jade went away. All their buildings just fell
Yeah.
down and crap.
The Kursic just won.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
people like on the Jade Sea, just
Not
doing
anymore.
stuff.
They're on
Yeah.
boats now.
They're on boats. Well, they had turtles. So
Dragon boats.
They can
and we're
just
gonna
float
see
around
this
on their
end.
turtles, dude. It's good.
yeah, but those turtles were walking turtles. I don't know if they could do the ocean.
Sure, they can.
They had evolved over whatever many years it was.
Didn't the
Not that
pandas
many,
live on a
actually.
turtle in WoW or something? Didn't the pandas live on a turtle?
Yeah, the starting area is a giant turtle. Yeah.
There you go. Easy. Copy it.
There you go.
Copy pasta and just add it right in. Done.
Done.
Yeah.
Hey,
Starting
would you like to just
Figure
come
it
on
out.
here instead of correcting us in chat? You want to just go
Nah, I
in
think he
here?
just
Instead
wants-
of just
I think he
correcting
just wants
Boots
to be
bad
the
lore,
wise
you wanna
ass.
come on
Yeah,
in?
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Come on and flame boot. Come, go. Wait, DP,
Wait, what?
just come in Skype right now and just say wrong as loud as you can. Just do that.
You are
Wrong, and
naked.
then
yell.
No.
Yell.
He's
wrong.
naked, man.
Oh,
I mean, it
so
does
if it wasn't
for all
naked,
for
then-
intents and
Well, I mean,
purposes.
you're a
like,
potato, dude.
You might be naked all the time.
Yeah, you're a
You don't
potato,
have a
man. You
face
don't
cam,
need clothes,
people-
dude. It's fine. Yeah.
You might make every video just naked.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Were you thinking
naked
about that,
fake
Deroir?
nudes.
Apparently.
You really contemplating that?
Okay,
gosh.
next subject.
Yeah,
This is getting weird now.
A little bit gatchygasm there, dude. That's not
So
bad.
fractals, we got way off the deep end with like we went from raids to Cantha. What is this? What is this?
It always comes back to Cantha, man.
Always comes back.
Obviously.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So yeah, fractals.
Right.
Fractals.
So okay.
Wait,
so
what?
what have
That's
you gleaned?
super cool video, isn't it?
What have you gleaned from those rocks?
Yeah.
From the rocks. I gleamed the night sky.
Okay.
There's also a brazier,
A what?
a torch. There's
Oh yeah. Okay. And there's what seems to be 3 NPCs in the middle. I don't know. I remember. This
It's honestly hard to see anything.
The area in general, it gives me kind of the Alonian feel or whatnot, the deserty feel, and that doesn't surprise me at all. I still remember from, and I can't believe how many times we brought this up, but with Gamescom, when we were talking with Mike C, he kind of said that they were looking to tell new stories with Path of Fire, new stories from the area. So that didn't really surprise me at all. The question is, like, where are we going to go with that, really?
It literally all you're seeing is
so
this.
Many
You're seeing a destroyed structure, lit torch in the corner, some people at the bottom, and then sky.
Is it destroyed, though? Isn't it just, like...
Well, the pillars and stuff are destroyed anyway.
Well, it was like jade that melted, probably.
It doesn't look jade at all. It looks...
I know. Okay, I'm looking at it again.
I want something. I mean, I'm imagining.
There's a hallway halfway up.
I know this is a very.
Looks sandy.
Yeah, it looks sandy. It's become this meme almost to say that it's Marganites or like Abaddon fractal.
Yeah.
But I'm genuinely.
I don't know. There's nothing to.
No, there's no indication. But there are only. The thing is, like, and the reason why I'm thinking it might be is that there are only so many cool storylines in that area that I can think of, which the community openly has talked about and uttered an interest for. And I kind of feel like with everything Path of Fire, what they're doing is that they're catering to the community and the response that they've gotten. And so, like, for them to actually go ahead and say, yeah, we're gonna do an early Abaddon kind of storyline deal, whatnot, wouldn't actually surprise me at this point. It feels possible. It doesn't feel like it's the most possible solution, but it does feel like it has potential.
Abaddon confirmed. You guys heard it.
Deroir, you leaked it. Boom. It's leaked. So it's been good having you in the partner program, Deroir, but see you later, buddy.
Peace.
Yeah. Goodbye. You've died for a good cause. That's it.
I will join Brazil in the real world.
You're gonna start flaming the game on Twitter a little bit. Like try and roast ArenaNet a bit.
Only come back on Twitter with all those roasts and memes.
Those roasts, that'll be good. Yeah. Okay. All right. Nice.
Not bitter at all. Yeah. It's been a good run, good guys.
Is it gonna be an Abaddon cat? Little tentacle hair on the cat.
Oh, tentacle hair.
Eyes.
Yeah. Because I mean, that definitely could happen because that's kind of what people really wanted, right? And we got the reactor instead. So I mean, they could bring that back because that story hasn't been told. So it is a new story still. If you think about it, it's still a new story.
It doesn't
for the longest
like
time actually, like
in the realm of torment though.
No. But it's supposed to be in the desert then.
It does seem like the desert, yeah.
In the area where all the shit leading up to the actual Abaddon event would happen. It wouldn't be the torment story. It wouldn't be like after the fact. It would be the leading up to the god story. I don't believe that it is necessarily going to happen.
So like leading up to when the gods send him out because he wants to keep magic.
It doesn't even necessarily have to show Abaddon, just something about him and his followers.
Yeah. It's like show him in his human form.
Sure, yeah.
And like this is me and my Marganite.
Why all the other gods were wrong.
What up?
He's a good guy.
Kind of like lead into that.
Good guy
For the
Abaddon.
longest time, actually, I believe that might happen. Just because, like before Path of Fire, I believe that it might happen. Just because we got that Abaddon glider, thing.
Yeah.
I was so sure that they were going to use that model somewhere else, and then it turned out they actually did use it somewhere else. But they used it in the Path of Fire story, with the whole Cormier whatnot around the platform.
Oh.
So with Balthazar, we had thought that maybe some people thought that maybe his whole deal about, I know there's no honor anymore, et cetera, was something about killing his brother, and maybe he's sad now. But it doesn't look like it was anything about that. Now that and Balthazar dead now. So what's going on with Menzies right now?
Well, that's a good question. What's going on with Menzies as well
as
well as Doom, right? Because Doom is technically not dead and out of the picture either.
Well,
and they're not necessarily leaving Tyria, even though they're
no, they're not gods. They're fake news.
On that note, right? Like, what's happening to these realms now that the gods have left them? These are big questions, right? That
falling apart.
Probably will get exploded. The gods have officially, peace out. We're done. That's it. See you later. So now we have what's Doom doing? With all of Grenth's minions pissing off probably, or doing whatever they do. Oh shit! And they spilled my water. Whoops.
So by the way,
what's going on there, man? Like, is he out? Is he just going to come and start banning people? Is it Chris Cleary? Is he just going to start going crazy?
Yeah, I think so.
Logging onto your account and banning you?
By the way, all of those underworld entities entering Cormier's study area, the nice lair, after she left. I think you were saying, well, I mean, that's obviously tied to the current stuff, right? The current events. That the fact that they're able to get out and go there is very well possibly tied to the current events. You're laughing at something in chat. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, there's stuff out there.
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a revenge raid, man. Like, what fucking? I predicted this shit, man. I said this at the start of the stream. We're doing the fucking rogue revenge. Boom. There we go.
Here's another interesting point that I've seen some people bring up. This new fractal that we're getting. So it's been sort of for a while now. Every fractal one-ups the other one, and they had a CM mode. But it's been rumored for a long time that there might not be a CM mode for this fractal. So do you think that this fractal is going to be 100 and replace the current one? Or is it going to be like a 99, a 98, or something lower?
I think this is going to be level 12. Genuinely, I feel like it's just going to be like pick a random number in the middle kind of deal. And I think it's going to be it's going to be another, I was about to say like real fractal, like they were initially intended to be mini dungeons. Not like we've kind of seen. There can be a storyline. There's storyline in all of them, even if it's just
right. But you know what I mean. Like not like an overarching arc from Arc.
Not necessarily. It might be, but not necessarily. I'm just not expecting another mini raid. I see a lot of people calling it that, and I'm gonna use the call here, the name here. I don't think it's gonna be just like boss, and then end.
It ain't happening.
I think it's gonna be like, oh, we progress through whatever like mini dungeon kind of. There's the mobs here, mobs there. There's maybe a puzzle or whatnot. Something like that, like the original fractals.
Yeah. So you think this could be like a 96?
Yeah, probably something like
that. Something like that.
The obvious comparison would be like a Cliffside 2. Someone in chat said that it was being suggested, and because on Cliffside. And it's not, really a direct correlation, but the Arch Diviner, right? There's kind of that weird cult thing going on, right? But also he turns when he's low, he turns into the Malik's avatar thingy from Rev, right? Boom, Marganites, Abaddon, 6 eyes, boom.
I'd love to see the cultist storyline progress. That could even like also be what's it called, the underwater fractal, just without water. Now, that'd be fun.
Underwater fractal without. So what would?
But that looks a lot more
a floating jellyfish instead.
Well, no jellyfish.
No jellyfish.
But the architecture there is a little bit off point. It's not really a Elonian kind of deal. But those two storylines, I genuinely want to see more of, kind of expanded in the same.
Yeah.
I always imagine that the Colossus fractal, I forget the name. It escapes me right now. I always imagined that if that story were to ever continue, it would be in space. But now that we already have a space
In space.
Fractal. Yeah. Gosh. 100 cm there.
It always comes back to Guild Wars 2 in space, huh, Deroir? You want us to go Guild Wars 2 in space?
Is the Colossus a Celestial?
He's a big boy.
He's a Colossus. I remember a long time ago, I believe I made a video about where I speculated that he might be something like a creator of the mists kind of deal, like an ancient kind of whatever. I don't know if I really subscribe. It was a far out tinfoil hat theory, and it was kind of fun. But the thing is, we don't really know what he is.
It seems kind of crazy if somebody that powerful could be trapped by cultists.
Yeah, but
in that way.
Yeah. He could be anything. And the cultists could have any affiliation here or there, be X amount powerful, I guess. We don't really know. Yeah, Mistwalker. Mistwalker is a really good example as well.
Yeah, which are basically, the gods are kind of like Mistwalkers, I guess.
True. But like this dude, he's just like, he's just a bigger god. He could just be another god.
He could just be another god.
Apparently the gods are just like beings that
are celestials basically just gods?
Formed from exactly.
And
aren't dragons just really gods?
And they could be subjugated, right? They could be subjugated. We've defeated these extremely powerful entities, right? Ourselves. So it's not impossible to do.
It's less of a is this a god? Is this a god? And more of a are the human gods actually gods, or just guys that go around and are able to teleport?
That could be a human description of these entities, right?
Yeah.
That the term God might be one entirely created by the denizens of Tyria, right? Mm-hmm. It might just be like, these guys are really powerful, so they must be God, right? That's kind of a...
That's what it is.
That's what it could be.
That's how it usually goes.
That's how it goes down, right? I mean, not all the beings really respect them in the same way, right? Like the Char, they're not a big fan of stuff like that. So
are Char the only natives to Tyria? Native creatures to Tyria?
No,
no, Jotun should be as well.
Oh yeah. No, but I mean, I guess I was just talking about the current
everything other than humans are technically native, as far as we know.
Yeah, Sura as well.
Then why are Norn so similar to humans?
I don't know.
Why?
Because there was a prank. There was a prank. It's like, hey, we made these ones bumper sized, dude.
Or
maybe humans come down and just be like, hey, these Norn seem pretty cool. They look kind of like us. Let's make pocket sized Norn, and they'll be ours.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
More likely that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But speaking of space, all right, I'm gonna take it back a little bit.
Space.
Speaking of space, I genuinely actually believe that if there's any storyline or story thread or thematic that we might touch more on in the living story coming up now, it's actually to do with the constellations and the celestials, or whatever happens in the sky, the correlation between the mists and Tyria, the physical place. And that's all just drawn from that one still image of us seeing the astrolarium, presumably the astrolarium.
The astrolarium-like building.
Yeah, the giant telescope pointed towards the sky. And there seems to be a lot of emphasis on the sky. Both in that trailer, but also just the fractal really quick. There's you pan up and there's a hole into the sky, the dark night sky.
Doesn't that telescope seem a bit...
large?
Small?
What? I mean, compared to our
it was far away.
World, I mean, sure, but
I mean, I'm sure in game it'll be rather large, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you actually want something decent to look at the skies, you'd want that one that's 5 times that size. Yeah,
they haven't quite reached our technological level in.
But then again, technically, we don't really know how far there is between the planes in the sky, or the stars in the sky, and the Tyrian realm.
Yeah, good point.
Could be much closer.
Time to do the math, guys.
Time to do the math. Somebody, please.
Let's crunch those numbers.
TeaPot
that's
TeaPot will bring his series back.
Alley, back in the day.
He's just wallpaper.
Theory is a what was it? A hexa whatever.
Tyria is flat.
Tyria is flat. Teapot's earlier assumption that it was or video about. Never mind. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, we know what you're talking about.
We know what you're talking about, man. We know what's going on.
Yeah.
We understand the situation.
Yeah.
That's a good point, though, because when you got a telescope, which means that probably these people, like Tyria has stars and moon, constellations, etc. But at the same time, the mists exist and different worlds exist, different kind of dimensions, different worlds out there. Do they exist? Like, does the underworld exist beyond the stars, or does it exist in the same place as Tyria?
That's when we get into like the
Illuminati,
the physics of things, I guess. I mean, the question is whether or not the different planes of existence are represented by actual places on the same plane of existence, or if they are in another dimension, and it's just like layers of the same thing.
Yeah,
and that's the big question, because that determines whether the underworld is in our reality and we just kind of teleport to another planet, or if it's another layer of existence.
Yeah, and the Mistlock singularity is represented as being in space, but you're not going to be staring at it in that telescope, right? It's not actually in space; it's somewhere else.
Well, that's a good question. Can you actually, if you had a good enough telescope, this is the good question. If you had a good enough telescope in the world of Tyria, could you actually see the rift? Could you see the center of the mist's convergence?
Honestly, depends if the textures are high enough resolution, Deroir. Honestly, at the end of the day, if that's some 4K textures, you know what I'm saying, maybe we can get some work done there. But if it's any less than that, I mean, it's not going to work. I mean, it's the resolution of we got to work with what we got. I mean, think about it. Like, imagine the Azuran scientists. They look at the sky and go, guys, we seem to be encountering a problem. We can't zoom in anymore. The resolution isn't quite there.
Enhance.
Yeah, can we do a zoom in enhance? Like, it's not working, man. Like, it just gets blurry. What's up with that? What? You know, are we in a Matrix? What's going on? Are we in a game? Are we in a computer game?
I love how my earlier meme is brought up in chat here from like way back when I went on that space rant. The world is like an onion, Tyria onion conspiracy.
Dude, people remember.
Yeah,
people remember
Tyria
everything.
Like
they love that shit. It's like Shrek. It's not like
like an onion.
Yeah, it's just like Shrek, dude.
Man.
But you know that we could, well, I mean, I don't know. I kind of wanted to say this, even though this is obviously completely ridiculous. But just imagine that, the uncategorized fractal, and everyone went crazy. Shit's gone to crazy. It's because the Azurans figured out that they're in a video game. They were driven to madness, and they all ended themselves.
Screaming, dying.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he dies all over again, and he realizes that
it's just going
died
forever.
1,000,000 times every day.
Yeah, it's these years of realizing he's in a game. He wants to end himself. He wants the gun. Okay, he feels good man with the gun. He feels amazing man with the gun. You know, it's all getting exposed, guys. These are the conspiracies that are in Guild Wars 2.
Oh, so. I don't know if it was somewhere down, like in a new version of the world map. Someone on Reddit showed that there's an area that looks like an Asura, like another Radasum, right? I saw something on Reddit where there was somewhere near one of the new maps. There's like a Radasum.
Just above Istan, if you extract the map file. There is an actual
it was data things. I thought it was
the thing is like it technically is there, but we can't scroll the map down that far.
Yeah.
So you can't see it.
Yeah.
But like it was Noxy actually. Some of you may know the memester that is Noxy Greenrose, who pointed it out on Reddit as well. Which is kind of a cool idea. But it's such a weird thing because now I'm going to try to explain why it is there and why I don't believe that it's actually there. But like, it's on the map, and I don't believe for a second that we're actually going to go to that thing. I believe that it might be something that we can see in the distance, or something that we might be seeing somehow, somewhere, in some capacity, but not now. I think it's handled in the in the client the same way they handle Kralkatorrik on the map, Domain of Abbey. That shaman pointed this out on Twitter actually. Is that the texture for Kralkatorrik technically always is there on the Domain of Abbey map, but they just hide it. They just hide it. And I think it's kind of the same thing with this thing. It might be something that we see later down the road, a hint of some kind. I don't know, but I don't think it's actually there per se, and I don't think that we're necessarily going to go there.
Because somebody, I forget, a long time ago when people were talking about the uncategorized fractal, I think a dev said it wasn't in the future, it was in the past.
Yeah.
So is it possible that that thing that we're seeing there is the Rata Sum or the Rata whatever of the uncategorized fractal?
Any Asuran cube could technically be that, and we can speculate all we want. I mean, for all we know, it still could be the Rata, what was it called? Rata, that thing. Wait, I'm scrolling over real quick. Rata Novus. It technically could still.
How could it be? How could it be
it's not been confirmed that it's not there because we haven't gone in. It's kind of like, yeah, this shit happened. All of the world kind of fell apart, but the pieces still kind of fit. It was a civilization that crumbled and shit happened, and they kind of booted, and they just ran for their lives, and Sin took most of the population with them, but they didn't take out all of them. Some were left behind. It still fits, but it's just not been confirmed either way. And so it's still going to be a crackpot theory, which is why I'm saying like any cube could technically be that.
How many cubes are there?
Well, right now we have 2. And then there's the third there near Istan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you still think that Rata Novus might be the?
No, I don't necessarily believe that it is, but I'm not discrediting it from being in potentially because we don't know.
True, very true.
So we
just gotta find
keeping the flame alive.
We just gotta find remnants of cat golem somewhere, and then we'll know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Theory is like an onion, you know.
Get out of my god! Get out of my swamp!
Get out of my swamp!
Yeah.
Can I have a donkey mount?
Shrek is like. Don't put it past them, man. They might put that shit in, dude.
Good.
Azure are building a replacement megacity for Radasum in Metrica Province at launch. Boom. Time has moved on. Could even be that. Wait.
GW3. Wait, what?
Guild Wars 3?
I don't know what he's talking about here. Replacement megacity for Radasum in. By the way, speaking of megacities, if we are actually going to Istan and the map reasonably could fill out at least half of the Istan island, do you think that we'll actually see Kamadan come into the game? And when are we actually getting another actual city in the game? Because we're going further and further south, and I don't want to keep going back to Lion's Arch.
Why not? What's the matter with LA?
Well,
we
had Amnoon, though. We had Amnoon.
I don't go there.
I guess Amnoon's
Stop being cheap and spend 1,000 gems on one of those special little pocket areas, and boom, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. I hadn't actually been to Lion's Arch for the longest time before Halloween, and since Halloween I haven't gone back. I don't go there anymore.
The truth is that Kamadan is going to be 1,000 gems to port there. It's walled off. You can't get inside. You can only get inside and see those assets.
The thing is, you could be so right, dude.
Yeah,
you could be so right.
Yeah. That could happen, dude. That actually could happen. Don't forget, yeah. Don't meme about this. You'll give them ideas.
Yeah.
Do it. I need to make a video.
That could be the actual VIP area.
The VIP area, man.
You know there's going to be a new VIP area.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Of course there'll be a new VIP area. Yeah.
I don't understand why they keep doing it though. Like it can't sell that well, does it?
They've already reached the epitome of with the Mistlock Sanctuary, with the Mistlock
Sanctuary.
They really shot themselves in the foot with the Mistlock Sanctuary, man, because of how good it is.
It's so good.
And the loading times as well, because it's its own separate little meme instance, right? So they really fucked themselves. I mean, sorry, Annette, but you made it too good. And it's even got the fractal stuff there as well. It's actually really good. It's even got the fractal stuff for extra bonus memes, right? So.
And you could port back to your own old location, or you could go to different locations. Like you could, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, new one can have a little Sue in it to preview all mounts and all skins.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
and they'll have a little vendor there,
they can just
and you're
throw
like,
that
I
in
want to
the
buy a mount.
They can just throw that in the new guild hall, right?
Yeah.
That's all. That already has a mount staple that's unused and just has mounts there. Fucking unused content.
You can have a little vendor who sells the contracts or gems.
Lack of guild features was a bit kind of bit sad, wasn't it?
Well, there's no guild team, so
feels bad.
The thing is, it's such an easy thing to add onto. At least it seems like that, right? Even if it's just like minor upgrades here and there, that doesn't change the visuals necessarily. They don't have to add another building here or there. Just add something. We've had 2 upgrades ever since it was introduced, and it was the Super Adventure Box shit. It was the music theme. Keep on doing that. That's fine. I don't really mind. Just up the level somehow. Even though the Super Adventure Box thing was kind of half-assed. I don't mind it. But do something. I don't know. Sorry, I can easily go on a rant about this.
Yeah.
WP wants, like, you can pull the mount out as a preview just for that area.
That would actually be a cool feature. They
like
could
the
definitely
Griffin,
sell
right?
That. Could definitely
get the Griffin
sell that.
nest or whatever, but it's not permanent.
Yeah. I mean, just make that mount. Make that mount stable in the new guild hall, the actual building.
Yeah.
In Vabby, they could turn the menagerie doesn't really have good stuff in there right now. They could put isn't in the menagerie everything almost dead except for like one thing.
Except for that Norn who's
bear. They could put mount skins in there. They could put, and then you could buy it from the guy. That'd be a nice revitalization of the menagerie.
Yeah. No, that would definitely you could definitely sell that. But I mean, and I could rant about this. Is something I'm not going to get into because seriously, I could rant about this for actually hours. Just give me some passive bonuses, man. Give me that extra world versus world pip while you're playing with the guild. You know, have some kind of world versus world features. Put it in the guild hall. You know, like extra passives, man. Oh, you know, we're not going there.
Or PvP. Yeah, we're not going there. We still have another teaser that we haven't talked about.
We're not.
Oh, what's the other teaser?
Well, it's the blue foggy ship that's.
Oh, okay.
The actual story direction. Yeah, the actual story direction itself. Do you want to talk about fractal rewards though before we get into that? Do you want to talk a little bit about the theoretical? Because I mean, there was some talk on the Reddit from the developers.
On the Reddit.
Okay, regarding a fractal relic sync. Right.
Ooh.
That was the line, right?
Like a literal sync?
Yes.
You buy with fractal relics for your home instance?
It's made out of relics.
I wouldn't mind, actually. Yeah. I just like anything at this point, kind of.
And you know, I mean, I don't know. How many relics are you at, Deroir? Like, how many have you got piling up?
70,000-ish.
70,000.
Like that. I don't really keep count anymore.
Deroir doesn't count, though. He is like...
It kind of adds up. I haven't used it for, like, years. It's just like,
Oh, my gosh.
A Deroir tonic? Dude,
anyway.
I would buy. Dude, come on, who would not buy a Deroir tonic?
I'd buy that.
To
look like myself.
What direction? Deroir, you're a fractal expert here. You know, you're a fractal expert. You're in DT, right? You're in DT right now, or are you not in DT?
I am.
There you go. He's in DT. That's the Fractal Guild. They do that They do those guides. Okay. They've got their little, that cool fucking stat min maxer. It's pretty dank. Tell us what do you think they're going with the rewards, the direction they're going in with the fractals, relics?
Well, it's a really good question, actually. I mean, I have a lot of possible options that they might take or not. I don't, and this is kind of the horrible part because mostly I'm waiting for them to introduce the 32 slot bags into the fractal system, but I don't expect that whatsoever. They kind of already said, or Ben kind of alluded to the fact that they don't have bags on the table for now, but it might come later. So I don't actually think that the huge fractal relic sync is going to be bags as much as I want it to be.
Right.
I think it's just going to be. Well, it's going to be. The two most likely things that I see is going to be some kind of way to invest them into the fractal currencies in one way, shape, or form. And I wouldn't actually be surprised to see if that kind of comes in the form of gambling. Yeah, just kind of like
don't do it, ArenaNet.
Yeah,
don't do it.
Kind of just like throw in relics here for a chance to get some of the higher quality things back. But it would have to be kind of like
shit, is what you're saying, Deroir.
Yeah, kind of. The other alternative, and this was actually pointed out to me by someone on my stream at one point. I forget who it is, but there is actually concept art out of black fractal weapon skins.
Oh,
there is
really?
one. There is
Is
one.
it just like a recolor or?
Well, it's a concept art, so it's a recolor.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the
obsidian or something?
It's a black fractal dagger that's currently a
so
concept art of.
How do you guys feel about the
recolors? Actually go with that. I would fucking love that.
That'd be cool.
Like go ahead, make them blue, make them black, I prefer the black, the darker colors actually. The whole golden theme, please don't just die.
Whoa,
wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Sorry.
Wow, toxic.
That's pretty toxic.
I really don't like that whatsoever. The fractals to me aren't the shiny, huge mega whatever swinging a golden sword around. It's this gritty, dark,
more edgy. Fractals are edgy. Yeah,
edgy.
But like the original fractal web kind of bear that with them, and the fractal armor concept art that somebody drew a while back kind of had that grit to it as well. It's like this dark silverish rock kind of thing. So black fractal weapons, I'd be all over that. I would be all over that. I want to be an edgy kid.
Yeah,
I want to be that edgy kid.
Yeah, or
please
red.
Give me.
Black or red.
I'd be pretty excited for fractal armor if they did like
yes. I mean,
at least a couple of pieces.
Do you know, Inks? Do you think they're going to ever go there again after the legendary armor 2 years twice Clown Fiesta? I mean,
it doesn't have to be legendary. I mean,
just make it like a skin,
right?
Any kind of skin. It's just like fractal skin.
It doesn't need to be legendary. I'm not saying it needs to be legendary. Let's not get crazy. It doesn't need to be legendary. Someone else also said that they could make the fractal back piece gold. I could totally see that happening.
And there's two other cool things that I kind of want to see. I want to see and this is not going to happen though. A legendary, some kind of ring or whatnot. I don't know, some kind of trinket.
But it has to be black. It has to be.
It has to be
edgy.
black. No. It has to be
Can't even see the ring.
The silver, the trail effect when you swing the fractal sword. I want that on my character. Whenever I'm moving, I'm dragging that trail.
Well, it would just be your hand whenever you're moving your hand because it's a ring.
That would be so weird though, because all the other legendaries, it would just like effects on effects on effects.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be the full character. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to see that. The alternative would just make that into infusions and then have a silver and a golden one.
They've done a lot of infusions lately for fractals, though, right?
Yeah, but speaking of infusions, there was a thread that was like sort of complaining that the Celestial Griffin had a way nicer texture on the Griffin than the Celestial Infusion, and I think a dev popped in. It might have been Ben. A dev popped in there and said, "We're definitely looking at that." So they might update the Celestial Infusions, or
that would be sweet because it's killing me to have that weird blue texture, kind of like low res texture on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes for the red one as well. The red one is a big offender.
It makes you look like AIDS, okay? It doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Oh god, what the fuck? I have 200. I have 200 essences now, and I haven't spent any of them.
Any of them? Well, because you're waiting for the overhaul.
You're not a real elitist. Sorry, you're out of the club.
I don't want that shit.
Why aren't you putting it on? Why aren't you following the World vs. World meta and popping that on your big ass char with the orange poly?
It looks
yeah,
horrible.
It does. Yeah, it does.
It's horrible. It's hideous. That's why.
But it's the Well,
I
this
give it
World
2 thumbs
Commander.
up. I think it's amazing.
Commander meta.
It's
More of that
disgusting.
stuff.
It's disgusting, man.
It's getting to the point where my computer literally won't run Guild Wars 2.
I don't know.
Well, that's why you're buying that
$3,000
$3,000 one, right?
In general, I just kind of don't want more and more infusions added to fractals. I kind of feel like the celestial ones, they fit fine there. It would be cool with other things, but I don't think that that's the way they're going to go with it. If they're actually implying that it's a sync, though, it has to be something that's renewable, permanent, or like long term.
Yeah.
And so like the biggest possibility
that
I see is genuinely gambling. Yeah.
God,
I mean, the thing is, like,
what do you get for the gamble? What do you get for the gamble?
Say you can gamble for basically everything that's already in the fractal daily chests, right? Say that it's just like added extra chests. It's only fractal shit. It's like you have a chance of getting ascended armor, weapons, ascended materials, the fractal currencies, a single cosmic essence here or there, or something like that, right? Or fractal weapons, just
what if they?
And the only way to get the black weapons is to gamble.
Oh,
now that would pull my fucking string right there.
Well, you know what though? It's not as bad.
You need to take it a step further though.
Yeah.
Because you can't buy fractal relics, so I guess that's not terrible. It's not like you won't get banned in Belgium for that. But
you have to play for it. You have to play for it.
You have to play for it.
I kind of don't mind.
I don't know.
I mean, the goal.
But hold on a second though. Imagine you have 60,000 relics. You have been fractaling your entire Guild Wars 2 career. You are the fractal guy with 1 billion relics.
Okay.
And you gamble them all, get crap. Then one guy waltzes into fractals, spends his 200 relics, and gets the one thing you wanted.
Hey, that's the luck of the draw.
That's how gambling works.
That shit happens, man. I mean, that's what it is.
Hate this shit.
Oh, that would be rough. That would be rough.
If they're going to do the gambling thing, they should have it so that you can convert up the basic relics into gold, and then make you gamble gold relics.
I mean,
drain the relics even more.
The thing is, like, if you start going down the rabbit hole that is the golden relics, you all of a sudden introduce gold into the equation, because you can just buy them. You convert fractal relics, like a minuscule amount of fractal relics and gold, into a golden fractal relic, and so you're making more than just a fractal relic sync.
That sounds like right up ArenaNet's alley. I mean, I don't know what's wrong.
But it doesn't really sound up the fractal team's alley, though. It doesn't. But maybe I'm giving them.
Yeah,
too
but
much
don't they
credit.
need to work? Do they get to assign their own rewards? Because I don't know if that's always true.
Maybe I'm going a little bit too in detail there and saying that it's actually the fractal team that's up doing the entire thing. I think they kind of have a reward team as well. That's gonna say yes or no, or we should also do this, add a loot box or whatnot, something like that. But I feel like they probably...
Obviously, I am not in favor of that, but I could see them doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see gambling. I genuinely wouldn't. The way that they're phrasing it, with it being a sync, I wouldn't...
Oh, man. God, I regret everything. You've shattered my confidence. I was on stream. I was on stream like, dude, it's going to be so great. I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to do some kind of, cool bonuses in fractals? There's going to be a way to generate a bit of extra loot, a bit of extra gold. Now it's like, gambling. Oh, no.
I think if it had come out... If it was that, and it came out before... the EA stuff and the Mount stuff, I think it wouldn't be so bad. But it's just, if that does happen, there might be a little bit of an outcry. It wouldn't have been there beforehand.
Just a little bit. You think?
It wouldn't have been there if the fractal came out a month ago. There wouldn't be if that new system came out as a loot as a relic dump. It probably wouldn't have been that bad or an outcry at all. But maybe
I feel like though, like the thing with fractals, which I have I've kind of observed that people get most frustrated about, is that fractal relics is a very hard to come by or very hard to farm currency. You don't just like accumulate it massively in one day and then go, yeah, I'm good for the week. You have to progressively do it every single day. And so I've even had like friends who were super into fractals earlier on or whatnot, who just like spent their relics, and when the mist potions came out, they got all bitchy and acted like, well, yeah, never mind, about the price of it, because it wasn't easy to come by. It's not an easy currency to come by. And so like compared to like other gambling where you just like throw your gold at it and ectos or whatnot.
I mean, just the fact that you have 60,000 of them and don't have any use for them, it's like,
yeah. I mean,
might as well.
Sounds a lot like luck.
As well.
Do you need?
A lot like essence of the luck.
Something is better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want something for essences of luck as well, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kind of address the point by Lishy. I mean, just take what you can get, but you know, I'd rather it was.
Teapot, you are an entitled piece of shit.
I mean, I'd rather it was, you know,
stop.
You know, I would rather it was really cool and a cool design rather than an annoying, you know, like soul-crushing gamble fiesta. You know, yeah, like, it would be better than nothing, but it might just be tragic.
I won't mind whatsoever if it's gambling and there's no exclusive skin in there. Like if they don't include black fractal weapons in the gambling process, but they basically just like add another tier 4 variant of like the loot table that you have in those chests, right? You know, when the tier 4 chests that you can get daily. If it's basically just like a roll of gamble of that every time you click gamble, that's fine. It's perfect, actually. It guarantees that you kind of want to go there regardless of you maybe getting or regardless of there being a skin or not. It's just like, yeah, it keeps the value of those relics high.
It does seem like exclusive skins on gambling in something that's, you know, more skill based, I guess, fractals is kind of a weird thing to do. Like, yeah. So limit it to just regular rewards if you're gonna do. This is complete speculation. So like, if you're gonna put gambling as a sync, limit it to normal rewards rather than exclusive stuff, because it's never fun to. Yeah.
It's always fun to win.
It's never fun to gamble your way to exclusive skins because it takes away the exclusivity and just makes it
random.
But,
like, how mad were you when I got Guinevere or whatever from like 200 trick or treat bags, and you had spent, I don't know, 300,000 trick or treat bags or something?
I think I opened like 500K in the span of a year.
500K trick or treat bags.
500,000 trick or treat bags in the span of a year. The year that came out.
Mm-hmm.
I literally spent 5,000 or 6,000 gold. And
now
didn't
you could
see
get it.
Didn't
now
open
you
it.
Get it.
And then the next year they added it for like 100 candy corn cobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably my biggest. You know, everybody has those stories of like wasted gold or wasted whatever. Like Brazil always had a story on like, you know, lost potential. That stupid mini was my biggest like.
That was bad, man.
You know, whatever. And you know what was really crazy was I got super lucky that year and got 5 precursors in a row out of the Mystic Forge. Sold them all for that gold. That's where the gold came from. Spent it all in trick or treat bags and never seen the mini.
Ow.
Ouch. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Don't go for
and
minis.
Boots
That's the
gets
lesson
it.
here.
What was funny about that was Boots got it, and he's like, I don't even know what this is. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh, I used it. I liked it. I just didn't realize it was an exclusive thing.
You didn't realize it was rare at all.
I was just like, oh, cool. I opened 200.
That's exactly what's going to happen with any skin that comes in.
But I think the drop rate on that mini that year was the average was about 300,000 trick or treat bags for a person. Yeah, no. Yes, it was. It was a lot. Because I was in ATT at the time, and that guild had quite a few high rollers, people with large amounts of gold that could just blow on stuff like that. And the people who were getting it between 200 and 300,000 bags. Yeah, it was that, like, the drop rate was that terrible on it. But yeah. But
that hurts, man. That sounds painful.
Yep.
That sounds actually horrible.
I mean, I could literally have another 2 legendaries rather than gambling it on a ghost mini that I don't even use anymore.
But you went for that fucking mini, dude.
Yeah, you wanted really that mini, buddy. You wanted that
really
mini.
Into minis at that point.
Dude. Yeah.
I mean, believe it or not, I think that mini was really kind of what broke the bank for me, because after not getting that mini and spending so much gold and resources on it, I stopped buying minis from the trading from the store and stuff. I was just like, I'm not collecting minis anymore, and I moved to dies. So in a way, like, they killed me as a customer with that mini, which seems silly, but it's true.
I think that's fucking hilarious.
When I think back on it, back to 2012, and I was buying every mini that came to the gem store, like, I wasn't buying armor and stuff like normal people. I was buying all the stupid miniatures. And you have to remember, those were 1,000 gems, because you would buy a pack for 500 for 3 of them, and if you wanted that 4th mini, you'd have to buy another pack for 500 and then forge it to make the 4th mini. So you were spending 1,000 gems on 4 minis. Nowadays it's much more expensive. It's $350 a mini. But I was collecting all of those up to a certain point, either by gold or by credit card. You know. Yeah. So a lot of wasted money in Guild Wars 2. Feels good, man.
Dude. WP wants you to do it more. He wants to hear these stories. Are you seeing this shit? Saying it's good for games.
Yeah, well, he said devil's advocate.
Yeah, I know. But he's saying he loves it. He loves it. He likes to watch people suffer. WP likes. Okay, right, guys. I'm calling him out right now. I'm calling him out right now. WP is a sadist, guys. He likes peeling potatoes. Okay,
exactly.
Potatoes. He likes to imagine him screaming as he peels them right in front of the stream. He loves that.
Deletes mount skins.
Yeah, he deletes mount skins right in front of people's eyes.
Gets off of that.
Oh yeah, he likes that shit.
For WP.
Yeah.
You know what? Stories like that are fun, but I mean, not for the person who has to go through it. But you know what? I do like stories like that in games, and I think those do exist. Like for like in WoW, when you're raiding and you're trying to go for one specific drop or whatever, and you've done the same thing 100 times, and you're just like 24 hoursing it. So that's kind of fun sometimes. And then like a friend of yours goes on it for the first time and rolls on it and wins it over you. But I think it's more fun. The stories are more fun when there's like more than just buying bags involved. When you're actually doing something, you know, like if you're like WP when we were doing the first Mad King thing in the first Halloween, and you did like for 38 hours or something like that just to get Arachnia or one of those skins, and that's fun. That's a fun story. But like the bags, I don't know so much. Just buying bags.
So here's maybe a slightly better one that this is another sort of Boots moment where somebody gets something instantly that you've been working for. When the dungeon came out that had the Molten Backpack in it, what was that called? Is the Molten Facility or whatever it was called, that dungeon?
Yeah.
I ran that dungeon endlessly, at least 75 times in a row.
Oh man!
Like I was Deroir back in the day. Like, I ran it non-stop. I like literally didn't sleep trying to get this stupid back piece. We invite somebody into the guild. There's a group of 3 of us or so that were picking up people running it.
Wait, which one was this?
This is the Molten Backpack, the Molten Facility.
The jetpack, yeah.
We pick up a guy on the last day, right before the content's about to get disabled and go away forever. He had never done the dungeon. Molten Jetpack right away. Boom, easy. And he's like, I don't even know if I want this. I might sell it. we were all raging, like, what the, and I never did get the jetpack from the dungeon. I had to buy it for gold later on.
How much later on? Because it shot up.
Yeah. Much later.
Was it the 6K version or the 3K version?
No, so that story gets even worse because I bought it before the wardrobe became a thing for 400 or so, and I ended up selling it for 6 because I wanted to make Twilight. So I sold the jetpack for 600 to make Twilight, and a couple of months later it was worth 3,000 gold.
Yeah.
And then when it dropped really low again, actually, Roy gifted it to me for my birthday, so I eventually did get the jetpack.
Yeah. Hey, what a happy ending to the story!
Did you know that my birthday is coming up pretty soon?
Yeah, you want to?
It's only like, wait, let me look it up. It's not that expensive now. Jetpack.
Yeah, it's quite cheap now.
It's like 300, 330.
Yeah, but that's because they reintroduced it. They reintroduced it with those tokens things, right? Those tokens. But bear in mind, that's gone now. Do you think that's going to be a yearly thing? I really want to talk about the living story memes, but let's continue on a little sidetrack here. Classic tea time.
Classic tea.
Do you think they're going to bring that back? Do you think it's going to be a yearly thing? They're going to do those cogs, right? You can get those cogs.
I forget, what was that even for?
A sprockets or whatever they're called. What was that for, actually? Wasn't it just it was like a pre-Path of Fire celebration meme, right?
Right, Black Lion commemorative sprockets. It's like it was Living World Season 1 nostalgia items is what the vendor description says. Nostalgia items, it literally says that. Wow. So it's just for, I don't know, Living World Season 1. It's basically this is their cop-out version of we're not going to introduce the content. You're not getting it back.
Maybe, yeah.
Buy it in the gem store instead. Buy it in the gem store. Yeah. All right.
It was RNG boxes in the gem store.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking.
So hold on. For 5th year anniversary, you get the choice of 2 Luminant skins, right? Or I did not know it was only going to be 2. I thought it was going to be 2 per character, so I just went for whatever.
You just picked random ones?
I did not random. I chose a little bit, but I didn't really think too hard about it. But yeah, per account. So what does that mean? So are we never going to get any of the other ones, or is it going to be every year get another 2?
Exactly. It's going to be just going forward. They totally realized that whatever they put out when they did it like character bound, it had a finite value, so to speak, to players. Yeah. And so they had to make okay, let's go super long term and let's just give them
nice skin,
one
year.
So
it's better than
what is that?
100 minis.
2. Let's assume is it gonna be a linear progression? Is it gonna be 2 for the first one and then 3 the next one? Or is it just gonna be 2?
I think
it's just gonna be 2, but it's gonna be 2 at your 10th year anniversary.
So what's left? Are there 14 skins left? So that's 7 more years before the set is done.
Easy.
Hey, I tell you what, that shows that Guild Wars 2 is gonna be around.
For 7 more years, at least.
For 7 more years.
Actually, no, that's probably the exact timeline of Guild Wars 2.
How many?
That's when it ends. That's when they release Guild Wars 3.
It's going to just to trigger the completions, right? To trigger the completions. So they actually just completely shut the server down, right?
Before.
Yeah, just before. Just before you're about to get those last 2 skins, boom, they just shut it. Yep, sorry guys, that's it. Bye. Yeah, and they just no finishing that collection for you. Yeah, it's gone.
I mean, it's kind of the same with the achievement back pieces, right? There's still 3 or so years left before, if we are to assume a steady curve of achievement points.
They got smart with at least Path of Fire, where they really they gutted the AP out of that, right, on purpose.
Feels bad,
which people really didn't like. People really don't like that. There's a lot of complaints about how little AP you get from Path of Fire.
It just feels so non-essential to get them.
Well, and my bigger problem is not so much that they gutted the AP. To me, that makes sense, as much as I might not like it. But so we did. We had the Traherne thing, which was a current event, and I'd have to go back and look at the exact points. But you didn't get a whole lot of points for doing the Traherne thing. But you got 25 points for just going and talking to the pale tree, which was nothing. It's not even a challenge or anything. It's just here's 25 AP.
I don't think they really know what they want to do with the achievements, to be honest. I think they're just let's sprinkle it here and there.
Like you said, they have rewards set in there, and so that they don't have to keep developing for that.
Yeah, but that's exactly the thing.
Elongate the time it takes you.
Exactly. As long as they keep those rewards at a distance for players, they don't have to make anything new.
Right.
For when is this? 2 years, almost 3 years actually, since they introduced those back pieces. Nobody has seen them. Nobody can wear them or anything, and they won't for the next 2 or 3 years at least. And so it's nothing has been added to the achievement chest. They've just gone long term. Yeah, this is totally how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna pull the carrot over there.
And I think at first that stuff's really exciting, but once you get to a certain AP threshold, you sort of lose
Well, I mean,
you lose that motivation, right?
It must turn into. I'm not really there yet, but I've done. I don't know. I have 29k. As I'm a pleb by true AP hunter standards, but even then, I just feel like I can't be fucked. I mean, there's loads of stuff I could do really easily. I just can't be bothered. But like when you're actually like 32k, 33k, you're also thinking like, oh my god, like what? And why am I doing this? Like what's going on here? You must be just the achievements must be just a pain in the ass, man. At some point, they must become like, yeah, this is fucking stupid. As I kill my 1000th giant, I realize what have I done with my life?
They do. I will say, Mithrin's talking about this, but I think they did do a good thing with the dailies / old monthlies by capping it. That way people can catch up that way. But I mean,
it's not a catch up. That's the thing. I mean,
it's not a catch up, but it caps it, so it stops you from gaining.
The thing is, like, you can never, as a new player, the way the system is structured, you can never, like, even if you tried your best, spent your entire life doing it, you can never catch up to the top one.
Because of the legacy stuff, yeah. Because of the
heroes, the history stuff.
You wouldn't be number one necessarily, perhaps, but you could get up there pretty high.
You're going to be thousands and thousands behind.
I think there's two types of players. There's two types of players. There's the AP hunters who are. All three of you, I think, are AP hunters, and you're crazy. And then there's people like me and normal people who look at the achievement panel every once in a while and see the ones that say you are close to doing this one, and say, oh, I guess I'll go kill.
I'm not as
just gives you stuff to do in the game.
Crazy about AP anymore until I see somebody on my friends list who I used to be above has passed me. And then I'm like, oh, I got to catch up. I got to catch up to this person. Teapot can't have more AP than me. That's ludicrous.
I'll tell you what.
You can't both have Twitter followers and AP.
Twitter followers?
That's right.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to say it, guys.
Twitter.
Just going to say it. You know what we need in achievements? I'm sick of having to grind 500 AP for 1% account bonus. Okay? 1% HP bonus. Let's put some achievements in the game, not for AP, but just for those bonuses. There we go. You do.
We talked about that last time, right?
I do this every tea time. I'm going to do it every single goddamn tea time until they put this in the game, dude, because this is what I want. Yeah. Okay? This is what we want, guys. This is what we want. My friends. You do various achievements. 1% magic find. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Think how good that would be. 5% karma for doing like a shitty raid achievement. Let's go. You know? We could just stack these up. Just stack them up, dude. I'm at 96% gold find right now, dude.
Well, don't forget about the thing we came up with last time, which is what we get as rewards in Fractals or World versus World is new infusions that give account bonuses, like infusions that give gold bonus or infusions that give magic find bonus.
This is what this is the Fractal Relic sync. We can have. They can have a new, what are they called? Enrichments, dude. Enrichments. Mm-hmm. Yeah! Yes!
Please.
Yes! Come on, do it! Come on, I know you can do it. Fractal team, give us some enrichments to give us some random account bonuses that we can just stack up as much as possible. This is what I live for, man. I love that. And the easiest way to get me to do achievements is to attack 1% magic find on, and I'll just go do it. You know, I would never. I don't hunt for achievements in POF at all. I've just I've done the content. Don't give a fuck after that. But
what's your gold find at?
96%, dude.
Wow, yours is higher.
So
than
you
mine.
just need a 4% enrichment.
Wait, have you missed your daily things?
You missed your daily, Zinks.
I have missed
I
dailies,
haven't missed that many at all, actually, and it feels good. Feels good, man.
Yeah, I miss every year. I miss
ever since it got introduced.
Yeah, okay, that's where the gold. That's where the gold percentage difference is. Yeah, every year I miss like 2 or 3 weeks worth of dailies.
Every day.
Someone did also mention stuff about how the fractal sync could be for infusions, right? For stat infusions or different stat infusions.
That's not really a sync though. That we already have that right now. I mean, sure, there's going to be like, I don't doubt for a second that we're actually going to be seeing something like ferocity and concentration infusions come in like this Tuesday. Mark my word, guys. But that's not a sync per se. it's a flat cost, and it kind of gets you there, and you get the infusions, and it's over and done. That's it.
Yeah. I suppose.
So unless they change the infusion system to just be like, yeah, pay 5 relics, and then you change the infusion to or 10 relics or whatever, 50 relics, then you change the infusion to another stat type.
I guess you can always.
Then it's the same.
But you've got infinite infusions, though, right? There's infinite infusions. Because you're always going to want to gear more stuff up, right? So
yeah,
it's not like you're going to run out of spending them.
Or you could do the thing that they do with agony infusions, where I don't know, 1,000 infusions gives you a plus 1% on something, and then you got to combine 2 plus 1% to get a plus 2%, and onward and onward.
Wait, what?
You know, agony infusions. Agony infusions, you combine 2 plus 1s to get a plus 2, and that means to get a plus 10, it's an insane amount of plus 1s.
Yeah.
So you can do the same thing for these infusions that give stat bonuses, like, or not stat bonuses, but like KY bonuses.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, exactly. With fractal
relics, like 100 plus 100 magic find.
Yeah.
Upgrading it. Yeah.
You'll need a billion fractal relics.
Plus 100% world experience, please. Please.
Mm-hmm.
What rank you are, Deroir? What rank you, Deroir?
Wolver's World?
Yeah.
I'm 1491. I'm just below 1500.
Just
I'm
below
really proud of that, actually.
Yeah.
I'm really proud
Yeah. But guys, please.
I mean, I know I don't reach your socks or anything. You're like 1200 above me. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of my 1500.
Yeah, that's fucking good, dude. Actually, no, we can't put what. No, I don't think we can put World versus World bonuses in Fractals, man. That. Jesus.
Because then you're gonna force all the world
they'd be so fucking pissed.
And they're already pissed that they have to go for the Celestial Infusion to reach that World versus World Commander meta, fashion meta.
Same thing with World versus World Proofs of Heroics or whatever it is. You could do the same infusions as with relics.
Yeah. Or just like
sure,
tickets.
Yeah, tickets. Yeah, just to put it in both game modes. Also, yeah, luck sync. Luck cap increase, please. 500%. Let's go. Or 600%. Or just make it infinite. Just make it infinite. Like, just make it. It just keeps on going up. Just make it like insanely exponential. How much luck you need, right?
I have like 6,000 exotic essences of luck just stored on the character, and it's just building up slowly. Just waiting for that day. Just waiting for the day to happen.
Wait, 600 exotic?
No. 6,000 exotic.
6,000 exotic. Okay.
Yeah.
I think last year I spent something like 3,000 or 4,000 exotic luck just on lanterns and crap, just because there's just nothing to do with them.
Yeah, I spent a few as well.
Feels bad.
Oh man.
We're still missing that last teaser.
Yeah, that last teaser. Let's just get on to that. Yeah, we got too excited about all these account bonuses they could add, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, to be honest, one of the things that I am most excited about for this update is genuinely the fractal reward revamp. I'm super excited to see what they're actually going to do with it. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That aside.
Yes, I completely agree with you. It's actually really hype. It's really hype.
Yeah.
It is. I'm looking for. Okay, here it is. I got a picture of it. Are you going to post it on in chat or something?
Just paste it in, man. Paste it in.
So the dragon ship.
It's not loading properly.
The dragon fishing boat.
The ship. The boat.
Dragon fishing boat.
Here's a link to the tweet.
Oh, slow boots.
I don't know if
you just got destroyed. Wait,
I mean,
you just linked the entire Twitter account.
Yeah, you linked nice links.
Twitter Gilbert too.
That's
right. So this image says nothing. Like, even the flags don't say anything because of the low res, but we can beat the low res meme to a pulp if we wanted to, but let's not. So like, the only thing that I can actually gather from this image, as far as I see it, is that we need some kind of transportation to get.
It's on a beach.
Wait, what?
There's a dragon boat.
No. It's a harbor. It's a destroyed harbor. What's totally gonna happen is that we need some kind of transportation to Istan. We take that dragon boat from somewhere. Yeah, the dragon boat.
Yep.
From somewhere, and we arrive, and then
it gets destroyed.
Aurene goes ham.
Well, we saw it in the trailer, right? We saw it. in the trailer.
Yeah, but she's not destroying dragon boats there.
She's destroying stuff.
Yeah, but that's because we're just arriving with that boat.
Exactly. This picture is 12 seconds after Arena came through.
Yeah. And then we make harbor and we enter Camadon or something like that.
It looks like there's more than one dragon boat here in this harbor. If you look behind it,
dragon boat behind the grassy knoll.
More sails there.
Yeah, there's more sails.
There's also more of those. Oh wait, no, isn't that just the other side though? Isn't it kind of a weird kind of shape thing?
I don't think so because it's an additional crow's nest with the back sail. I think it's another dragon boat in the distance.
Nah, I think it's just like a huge booty.
Ooh,
booty.
Ooh, is it extra thick? Is it extra thick, guys?
I think the crow's nest you're referring to is just it's like a wing on the dragon boat.
Is that?
No. There's two crow's nests. There's additional.
Oh, those things.
Bucket scoops, whatever the heck you want to call them in the back.
I see the two crow's nests.
This is a really weird
double chain things.
So if you look at
if
you look at the dragon boat, the very first sail that's on the boat, if you look behind it in the background,
there's a crow's nest. But I think that's just part of this one, though.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Yeah, because look at behind to the left down. There's a mirror image of the triangular sails behind even that crow's nest.
Yeah, that's the end of the boat. That's the end of another boat.
No, that's the wing.
Same boat.
It's really weird.
It's just an extra thick boat.
It's just
a big boy.
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe there are two boats because look at the hanging other boats.
The hanging buckets.
That's exactly what I mean. I think it's just an extra thick booty on that boat.
Super duper.
Where some of the boats are like in the background, like further away.
There's additional dragon boats. Dragon Boat Harbor.
You know what? It does look very
and then there's a dude in the left hand corner without the top of his head because of the resolution. That's really great.
Where's that?
Yeah, it's really hard to see anything. But it's a harbor that's destroyed and
that's
dragon boats. Yeah.
Oh, there's a teapot.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, there's a flag with a teapot on
it. I see what you're saying. I don't think that's a teapot, but
it's not
at that angle.
That's MightyTeapot right there.
It's me. I'm in the game.
He's in the game.
I'm in the game, lads.
He's made it. He's big
You're
boys.
You're a flag.
Finally relevant. Feels amazing, man.
Ice ship. They don't look like the ice ships, though.
If there's anything, no, it kind of
no.
It doesn't really. The thing is, like, this is just all new dragon boat. Who would make a dragon boat? I don't get it.
Oh, maybe.
Why not? Why wouldn't you make a dragon boat, dude?
Because it's like the only antagonist that is around and has been for like.
Yeah, but it's all intimidating and shit, dude. It's intimidating. It's intimidating.
Yeah, but it's like
it's a giant dragon, man.
They're dragon worshippers.
And back in the day, maybe it's a very old ship and it wasn't really that much of a big deal, you know.
Maybe.
Because I mean, the dwarves did that shit all the time, man. They were all over that.
Who thinks this is a dwarven boat and who thinks this is Canthan?
It's dwarven, man. It's tiny, man. It's
dwarven. That would explain its weird shape.
Yeah, it would.
Dwarf.
You need some sturdy thickness to hold all that stone. Wait, what?
Yeah. It's Drognar's forge style, dude. You know that?
Yeah, it totally is.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like Glint inspired.
Yeah, exactly. Because they were all you could even summon that avatar of Glint for the Titan quests in Guild Wars 1.
Yeah. Remember? But then, like, again, how does this make sense? Without us going like way off the deep end and just like in the story, I mean, just like, yeah, okay, this NPC offered me a boat ride, or like, yeah, sure, we're just gonna catch a taxi through the waters or whatnot. How does this make sense in any way, shape, or form? I don't get it. Everything seems so disconnected.
Because I think in that part of the world, I think you're going to learn that Cantha does have some trade with maybe Istan. Even though they don't trade with Tyria, maybe.
You're saying Cantha now, not Dwarven.
Well, it might be setting up.
You guys believe it's Dwarven.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's Dwarven necessarily.
Oh, you think it's Cantha?
I'm sticking with Canthan.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Saint Mighty agrees with you, I think. Corsair. Bit of a Corsair ship.
Corsair.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm down with the Corsair.
The Corsair would be...
Not Canton.
Not Canton. That would be kind of a that would be an Alonian thing, right? With with Istan, right? That would be the Istan theme, right?
Mm-hmm. So, but
I think wait.
It's a dragon.
I just had a curious idea here. We all kind of presume that the destruction comes from Arene because we saw the trailer. What if that boat is actually the reason? What if the boat is actually an antagonist of some some shade?
Some enemies.
Yeah.
Who sailed
no enemies
and that's say like Corsairs. It just like it hit me when you said Corsair. And they're the baddies that are
everything there except for the one dock that connects to it.
Exactly.
Well, then
I mean, they got to land somehow, right?
They don't have other boats, not hanging from chains or anything.
It's a ghost ship. That makes sense as well.
So it is a dragon though, and it's a weird looking dragon, right? There's no elder dragon that looks like that we know of yet, right?
No, I mean, I guess
it's all it's an interpretation. It's always an interpretation, though, right? And even when you see statues of the dragon made by the followers, like the Sons of Svanir, it doesn't actually look like it, does it? It's like it's a representation.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's not like how they actually look, right?
Right.
Sure enough. Except for the hologram of the Shatterer. Looks exactly like him.
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know.
I don't
it
really
could
know.
be Canton. If it is Canton, that makes me wonder if they are starting to worship bubbles or something, or they have a bunch of people out in the open sea who do that.
I think they just like dragons, and you're looking into it too deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say, out of all the three teasers, this one just, I don't know, it doesn't hit me the right place, so to speak. I mean, it just like,
where does it hit you?
In the wrong place.
In the no-no spot.
In the no-no spot. It just kind of is like, it's there. It looks weird.
Foggy.
It looks foggy. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Even like the thing is like even when you zoom in and you try to get some sense of what's happening, the flag looks like a teapot because the resolution.
Yeah.
It is a teapot.
And it's like it is a teapot.
What else could it be if it's not a teapot?
I mean, it's turning the wrong way.
Right.
You know what that is? It's a teapot, but there's a oh no, it's not.
No.
But
so it's like this image is just. Yeah, this is very disappointing. I kind of was expecting us to get another one today. Kind of.
A little teaser thing.
Yeah, another one, just another bad little teaser for, say, a new mount or.
In the gem store. You know,
all I'm saying
the promotion for the new mount
will
be
crisp. Really stop complaining about these teasers because then they're going to overcorrect and release on Monday a new teaser that shows you like the boss at the end of the raid. And
the boss of the gym?
The boss of the gym, yeah, the boss at the end of the raid, and exactly what's happening in the storyline.
I kind of feel like a lot of people have put it very, very correctly and very delicately on Reddit, despite us not feeling that way necessarily. There's a lot of people who have just said like, I don't get it. Like, why is this low resolution? I feel like that's the only real criticism that we can point towards at these. Why is it so super low?
Why have they got low resolution, render distance on low by the looks of it, and like shadows off and shaders on low as well? Like, what's going on here? I don't want you to see it. The resolution. I don't want guys. I don't want to get deleted here. You know what I mean? But but this is what it looks like. I'm not saying it is the case that they have these settings on low, but to me it looks like it. Okay. So just gonna cover my ass there a little bit.
They're not using reshade. You're saying
they're not using reshade. No reshade here. Okay.
Just the resolution itself issue is probably just Twitter though, because Twitter putting an image on Twitter, you're not gonna get a good resolution.
Dude, just like
no, it's not. That.
You can pull the original file from Twitter, and it's still super low res.
Yeah.
No, the original file isn't. It's the file. When you upload a picture to Twitter, you don't get the original file, no matter what. It gets uploaded at a certain. They have to save space on Twitter, so it's not.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not that bad. It doesn't destroy the quality that terribly.
It doesn't do a great job.
Okay, let me upload a screenshot of anything in this game.
Upload something 4K and we'll see what happens.
Do it right now, Deroir. Let's go.
I don't have a 4K screen, dude. I can't do that.
Upload something 1080p.
Ask Mr. Potatoes to take a screenshot of that exact, because I know he has a 4K thing, right? Yeah, never mind. Ask anyone with a 4K monitor on launch day on Tuesday to go to this place exactly and take this screenshot.
Can't be WP though, because he's got
not WP, but anyone just like tweet it at me. Tweet it at me or Inks or Boots or the Teapot here, please. That's all I have to say about that.
Please.
I want to see a 4K image of this on Twitter. On Twitter, that it's
uploaded. It's been laid down. The challenge has been laid down, my friends.
Yeah.
Somebody linked World of Warcraft some kind of raid review, and this is what I'm talking about. I don't know, man. This is the kind of stuff I'd love to see.
I mean, but here's. I mean, I don't know. You got to bear in mind, like this is. It's a very different way you go into the raid though with WoW. I mean, all these bosses have even been tested publicly, right? Because of the way they have the PTR. So
sure,
but it's already out there. Like you won't get something like this with Guild Wars, I think. But I mean, in fairness, you have to bear in mind this is literally Blizzard's forte. Like they're so this is what they do, dude. This is what they do. They're so good at this.
Take notes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is just kind of like a text page with a screenshot, but still, right? I mean,
it's so vastly different with Guild Wars 2, though. Like they want us to all not know anything. They want to shock us and surprise us every single time. That's why they do plot twists constantly. Each fucking story, there's a plot twist.
I don't think that works.
I love
their favor all the time.
Comb, dude. That is sweet.
Gotta fluff it.
Yeah.
I love how you just started.
It's actually a bad habit.
And it just seems to be that's kind of seems like the reasoning behind them doing no real advertising, not revealing anything, is that they just want to surprise us all the time. I don't necessarily want a surprise all the time. Some things, sure. Don't spoil the end.
Oh, we can do a few spoil, but why not show the first boss, right? Why not show
or just a name?
Yeah.
Like we've had like just names, or like what's it called, the Wing 3 kind of hype build up with all the notes and stuff that were posted on Twitter, and everyone got super excited.
Yeah.
But this is just like a low res image of a ruin.
Yeah, it's very nondescript.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
we're gonna be fighting houses until they break down in the new raid.
Because there's only one boss. That comment takes the price right there.
Yeah.
They can't show the first boss because there's only one boss.
Bad, man. Just show the arena without the boss. Yeah, even the arena. I mean, if you saw those Veil Guardian pillars, that would have been kind of hype, right? Yeah. Well, damn, Big Elder said exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that's another weird thing that you said. Arena. This is not an arena. This looks like an event.
This is like a pre-event. Yeah, this is like the pre-event stage. Yeah.
You enter and there's a pre-event kind of deal. You clear out some ghosts and you get a torch or whatnot, and then you light a fire to go into the boss area. But why don't we see the arena? Why don't we see like anything of substance? Yeah. I don't know. I gotta say though, I have to say this, because a lot of people always feel like I give this game a lot of shit.
Okay. Oh yeah.
I'm super excited for all three of these things.
Oh yeah.
Despite the lack, like I don't personally feel like I need all the hype building and stuff. I can easily get myself hyped about stupid shit like this. But I do see where the criticism comes from. But I'm still hyped. I'm still super fucking hyped, guys.
Yeah, dude.
How can you not be hyped?
I'm really excited, even though ArenaNet is doing literally nothing to help me out with that. But I can do it on my own, dude. It's gonna be crazy.
I'll sell this game. I'll sell this game.
Yeah, we'll do it. We're selling it right now. Everyone buy a copy right now. Everyone buy a copy. Let's go. Everyone, we all got referral links, guys. It's time to pick up.
I guarantee you, you're all gonna want an alt Path of Fire account with this release.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely,
is that right?
You better get on that shit, dude.
There's definitely gonna be some way, shape, or form where you're gonna be able to like trick your way into weird situations with all of your characters and get so much easy currency for no apparent work. You're gonna want a Path of Fire account. I genuinely have considered getting one just because I'm so sure there's actually gonna be a use for it.
Just get a few old accounts, guys. Get a few.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
6 or 7.
1 or 2
Does Deroir have a boyfriend? No. No, I don't. This is good. This is good.
Captain Brian? Gachi you want to get all that stuff? Yeah. And should we just should we segue into Jen? Because we've kind of covered everything. Do we have any more topics we want to go over in particular? I think we're kind of done.
Not unless we want to rant anymore.
I think ranting is just gonna. It's just gonna get out of hand. It's gonna get. We'll be and the stream will go on for another 2 hours, and that's out of control. That's gonna be off the chain. That's too much. Okay. So I think it's time. It's time to start the shilling, my friends. Okay.
Oh.
Thank you guys for watching. The stream is. It is coming to a close. We draw to an end, my friends. Okay. And but before we do that, we're gonna take a little bit of time to educate you guys about where you can find us and what we do, who we are. And let's start that off with, everyone's favorite Daneland inhabitant.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Inks there.
No. No.
Everyone hates me, though. What are you talking about?
Do you really get roasted that hard in the comments?
No, I don't.
It's not that bad.
It's more of a meme now.
Have you not seen now? Yeah, it's more. It's a meme. You don't really get roasted there. You don't get roasted. But yeah, just go ahead. What are you up to these days? What's with the review series? You're reviewing all of Path of Fire right now. I see that.
I'm in a bit of a clutch here with the whole review series being put out this close to the fucking release. But yeah, I've been doing a comprehensive review of Path of Fire lately, and yeah, that has been my YouTube scene, and I'm working on a few other things here and there that will be coming soon after the actual update. But yeah, other than that, I'm very active on Twitch nowadays, or more active at least, and especially probably some stuff gonna happen after the raid and Fractal comes out. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Are you gonna go for world first?
Wait, dude, I'm not in King anymore, so to speak. Yeah,
is there a Why I Left King video coming?
Oh, dude, cash in, man! Shit. Oh shit, dude, get the cash in. Do it. Dude, you need to start shit. Start flaming. Where's Particle? Start flaming Particle right now.
I'm not gonna get into that at all.
You should pick sides and join either Stormcrows or QT
Yeah.
Stormcrows?
Stormcrows and PT.
That's something else though. Yeah. Stormcrows is something.
Yeah, it's a magic card.
Bird.
Yeah. Okay.
Stormcrows.
So yeah, I'm not gonna be going for. I'm more going for a casual raid experience with a lot of friends, and it's gonna be really fun.
Come raid with Soul, dude. Come raid with Soul.
Really gonna. No, I can't fucking do that, mate. I can't fucking do that. I mean, as fun as that would be, I think I'd have a mental breakdown if I did that.
So, all right, guys, I'm just gonna say that check out Deroir. Reviews coming soon. Twitch channel, check that out. Twitch.tv Deroir. But more importantly, guys, on that YouTube. Deroir Gaming, the King Roast video is coming soon. The King Exposed video is on its way. So yeah, be sure to sub for that. But yeah, be sure to check out Deroir. Thanks for coming on, man. What a god. In the top right hand corner, podcast Leviathan Colossus. It's MMO Inks.
Are you calling him fat?
No, I'm just saying he's a fucking giant, dude.
What'd you say about my cat? What? You guys can find me Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube at MMO Inks. Most importantly, Twitter. Make sure you follow there. Teapot is killing us. He's destroying us in the Twitter reviews. That's clearly the most important part of my life is beating Teapot on Twitter. So make it happen. We've been streaming a lot, actually. Not a ton of videos up on YouTube. Of course, after Tuesday, that'll pick up once again when there's content to talk about on a more regular basis. But Twitch, we've been streaming a lot on Twitch. So come hang out, come say hello. I will be doing raid on Tuesday. It'll be sort of a later raid. Teapot will be diving right in. I'll be going about 4 p.m. PST or so is when my group's going to start.
Boom.
So later in the day raid, and then we'll go until the people in the EU pass out from exhaustion or we beat it. So one or the other. It'll be fun. Tuesday's going to be a fun day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. And in the top left, the self-proclaimed casual elitist, Bootsma. What's going on, man? What's going on with you these days?
I'm just having a good time.
Having a
good time.
Having a good time. Good. I am, Boots Bad Builds, and then apparently I'm also going to diverge into a bunch of different bad things, so stay tuned for Boots Bad karaoke, Boots Bad drama, Boots Bad, you name it, I'll do it.
Are you going into drama now? I mean, you seem to be a little bit, over the recent drama, you seem to be a little bit, you want to talk about it, you want to get into
I'm interested, I don't actually know anything about it, that's why I want to bring it up, because I want to hear the details.
It was something like that.
You want to...
You're too curious.
Yeah.
You're too drama.
I feel like there's more than this. I reckon you want to start. What do you do? I reckon you want to roast. You want to make roast videos, don't you?
Maybe I should transition to that. I hear that's a big thing. I can do that. Yeah. No, I honestly about this particular topic, I would just like to hear all the details. I have no idea what's going on in it, and I would like to know. You
should take one up on his offer. You should join QT so you can play Messi.
Yeah.
Storm grows.
Yeah, just like we had. I was moderating the Brazil Nemesis debate. We can have Boots. You can moderate on your stream the QT versus SC debate. How about that?
I could do that. I'll do it.
We're not doing that. Anyway. Anyway,
that's good.
And of course, finally, there is me, guys. Follow the stream. I'm sure hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you didn't, I'm sorry. We tried. We did our best. But anyway, hit that follow button. If you really want to support the stream, hit that sub button, guys. There'll be giveaways next week. So hey, man, you gotta be around for that anyway. I mean, you want to be a sub so you can win stuff. But other than that, just follow me on Twitter, sub on YouTube, and watch every single TeaTime ever. There's a whole bunch of them, man. Twitter @MightyTeapot, guys. Come on, not inks. Unfollow, okay? And then buy 50 copies of the game. Use Viramara for link. And everyone here, I want 50 copies for me, 50 on inks, 50 on Boots, 50 on Deroir. Boom, 200 copies. That's 200 alts, man. Do you know how much gold you'd be making if you had 200 alt accounts? Dude, you'd be rich if you had 200.
That would actually be pretty crazy, yeah.
That would be.
I wonder what the like you have to like. There's this top out, right? There's no way you could go on 200 accounts and maximize your gold by doing that. So what's the maximum amount of accounts you could have if you played 24 hours a day that would actually earn you the most amount of money?
I don't know. I know quite a few people with like 60 accounts.
The thing is, like, you don't need a whole lot to do stuff like what's it called, like the wood farm or stuff like that, because you can easily go through an hourly rotation and then it resets and you just start back over.
So you don't even need to do it infinitely.
You only need about, I'd say, somewhere between 6 and 10 accounts with like 5 characters on them for it to be a full hourly rotation, and you could do just like whatever note farm you want.
Oh,
but what's the quickest way? Is the quickest way of making gold
just log the
doing the dailies for 2 gold, or is it something else?
No. That's just
like,
the daily
just
rules.
log in.
Just the daily
just
rules.
log in.
Yeah, that's what you do. Also, guys, revival is free. Please send all your revivals to me. I need that for the daily revival quest.
Send them to
on a daily basis. Hook me up,
Mr.
guys.
MMO Inks. He's one of the only people I know who actually uses them.
Hook me up, please. Thank you. Let's go. What do you do? Dude, I use it unironically all the time, man. Yeah. Yeah. Hook me up, guys. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys later. And yeah, goodbye YouTube. But Twitch, stick around because we're doing the raid, guys. We're doing the raid. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this tea time. Farewell, my friends.
Bye.